The Great British Pub.
Oh, you working tomorrow night, eh?
Our neighbourhood's living room.
Yeah, man.
Where victories are toasted, friendships flourish, and the world is put to rights over a pint of the usual.
They got it up on the wall there.
But since the turn of the millennium, the UK has lost over a quarter of its pubs. That's nearly 14,000 that have called last orders forever. I'm Tom Kerridge, and last year I set off around Britain to uncover why so many of our pubs are failing.
We've sacrificed our relationship for this pub.
I wanted to lift the lid on an industry I know and love.
They make money when people fail, driving out some of the best publicans in this country.
And try to save any more pubs from going to the wall.
We have to work out a way where we can make a profit in this business.
Back in 2005, I rescued the Hand and Flowers in Marlow and transformed it into the first 2 Michelin star pub in the world. I've since opened 2 more innovative ventures. The latest a butcher shop by day and pub by night. As the proud landlord of these 3 pubs, it pains me to see the plight of our industry. How are you?
Tom, welcome to Scotland.
So I've been working at the grassroots.
You after another one?
With 4 very different pubs. From Cornwall to Stirlingshire, to help secure their long-term futures. What do you want to do, give it away and earn nothing? This is probably coming now as a really harsh reality. But none of us could ever have imagined the crisis that lay ahead.
This could be the last night that this pub trades, ever.
This is our story. I opened this when I was 31 years old. I honestly don't know if I have the energy to do it all again. There's 3 things that I need to look at in pubs, for me, that make them really special. And that's the drinks offering, the food offering, and the actual ambience and the space itself. If you can get all of those things together, you have a recipe for success. But if there's one of those that's out of line, it'll be really interesting to see what's going wrong and how we can change it. So this is going to be a real adventure. The first pub I'm working with is in the countryside, where Amy Newland and Ian Durnall's dream of becoming landlords began just 2 years ago, when they took on the White Hart, the only pub in the small village of Chilsworthy in Cornwall.
It's our home, this is our front room. We spend every hour of the day down here, really, apart from upstairs when we go to bed.
Synonymous with the British countryside, village pubs are often woven into the fabric of the local community.
There you go, Derek.
Since Ian and Amy have been here, it's had a really good vibe. They'll do craft mornings, fundraising. She lets the premise be used as a general sort of community resource, really, which is what we don't have. So it's very, very good.
You're going to be in the potato competition. That's going to be very...
But they're under serious threat. In 2019, over 500 rural pubs shut for good.
If this pub wasn't here, I think the community would suffer.
Because so many are going all over the country, we really, really don't want that to happen here.
And here it is. And at least sun's come out. Hello there, mate. How are you? I'm Tom.
I'm Amy, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome
You
to the
all
White
right?
Hart.
Thank you very much.
Would you like a drink?
Have a glass of water.
Of course you can.
It was a shame ordering a glass of water when you got all those lovely beers on, but I got to be honest, I'm a non-drinker now.
No worries.
Always worked in pubs?
No.
Okay.
No. I started off working with animals, then I worked in healthcare, and then I went a bit mad and bought a pub. Still looking after people. We took a massive risk and sold a 4-bedroom detached house and brought a business, as well as a home.
You live upstairs, you live and breathe
Live,
this
eat and
place.
breathe it, yeah.
Okay.
So this is our dining room. This was built in the 80s. It was an extension.
Whoa. Hey, that's not a bad place to be having Sunday lunch, looking out over that, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty special.
It's super lovely, isn't it? Part of the reason why you bought the pub?
Yeah, definitely. Living the dream, that's what I always say.
Dream or not, no amount of romanticism can pay the bills.
I'm sorry it took ages, but, you know, I've been so busy.
To keep this award-winning pub afloat, Amy has multiple responsibilities for the business, including being the chef. So are you in the kitchen every morning doing the prep?
Yeah, but I don't normally come in here till about 11.
Right.
I get up at 6:30, do some emails, cash up, go and check out some bills, and yeah, it's like savage. Oh my God, it's 11 o'clock, and I've got to get in the kitchen. But when we're really busy, there's just not enough time in the day to prep everything, cook everything.
That's the
I
phone.
have to get it. I've got one in
Go
here.
on, grab it.
I bet it's Ian. Hello, White Hart. I did get your email, hang on. 15th and 16th. All right, I'll book him in for you. Cheers, John, bye. That's Ian's work. I've just booked him in for tomorrow, 2 days next week and 2 days the week after.
As well as working alongside Amy in the pub, Ian is a commercial gas engineer.
Me going to work brings a little bit more money in to make things a little bit easier.
Why are they booking that through you? Why not through Ian?
He's not very organised.
Is he not very organised?
No, he's got
Or is
bits
it
and
you
parts
that's
now.
grabbing everything?
Well, I know, but if I've done it, I know it's done.
She's a very driven woman. The patience bit, Amy's got less.
He does go, oh, I've got this job to do, and I'm like, you didn't tell me about this, so I've got to add it to the list.
I love her to bits, don't get me wrong. She needs to know what's going on and what to do. It's just, that's in her nature.
So that's going to make chilli, isn't it?
Yes.
So have you got any left for lunch?
I might be able to squeeze a little bit for you if you want some. There goes the phone again.
Thank you very much. This is lovely, home-cooked food. It's super tasty. Do you know what? It actually deserves so much better than this room. You know, like when you walk into a house that you think, oh, it needs a bit of love in here. By early evening, the restaurant is still quiet. But a merry group of locals are having a drink in the front bar.
This is where you meet people. It's one of the reasons why we moved to the village.
What else is in the village? Is there anything else?
Nothing. This is it. This is it.
If you brought someone from overseas and wanted to take them to a quintessential English pub, this is it, isn't it?
And people talk to each other that have never spoken before. It's lovely.
So this pub's got a really good energy, but the beating heart of that energy is Amy. She doesn't stop. It's kind of like the Duracell bunny that is wound up and is just going and going and going quickly that way, coming back this way. You know, she'll ask someone to do something and then she'll go and do it herself, and then she'll come halfway back. She's a special landlady. We just need to try and make this pub sing and sing properly for her.
In 5 hours, on a Tuesday, we took £168.60. Wages, £50, and then your running costs. We haven't made any money.
No.
We haven't.
And
We
that
took
wages,
28.
That's not including your wages.
No, we take £75 a week each.
£75 a week.
It's not great.
No, it's not great. Although I do know exactly what you mean, because that is the exact same amount of money that me and my wife paid ourselves each for the first 3.5, 4 years of our business. It's not a lot.
We want to push and make the place great, not just have to work 24/7 for the rest of our life. Because we don't sit down and... Oh, I'm going to get upset now.
It's all right, Amy.
But it's not. We've sacrificed our relationship for this pub. And he still ain't fucking making money. It's true.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're still here. We're still here and there's a lot more people out there that really struggle.
But you're not great. So,
No.
I mean, with all due respect, Ian, it's not enough. It's clearly not enough.
Yeah.
What you've done here is you bought into a way of life, but that way of life is not exactly what you wanted it. This building has become your social life, your business, your works, like everything, and the whole thing's become a great big mess. You have to start unraveling it. You've got to delegate more. You've got to let people get on with stuff. And then it'll be easier for you to deal with in an emotional point of view as well. I think your dining room doesn't need to be a dining room. I wouldn't eat in there.
Really?
That front bar, that front room full of locals with a fire on and whatever, it really is wonderful. There's a great atmosphere and energy there. And you need that room
to go around. Because we have thought about smashing a wall down.
Make it warmer.
It is all about the view. If you could walk through the front door and see out that way, that would be how to utilise that space.
I don't want to destroy the pub for it is. I mean, there's so many places that have gone, right, what we'll do is we'll take that wall down, take all the brasses off the wall, paint it grey, put some sofas in the corner and change everything.
No one's saying take the brasses down. All you're doing is making the bar bigger. Amy's got an amazing idea.
It has been talked about a lot,
What you do then is you draw all your locals and they will all sit around there because they've got this view.
Yeah.
And that's just the start of it. There's so much more we can do. There's loads, but that would be a great start. Pubs like the White Hart play a vital role in rural communities, especially when they're the only public spaces left for people to meet. But they can struggle commercially if they rely solely on their locals. Exploiting that amazing view could draw more outsiders in. Turning this place into a destination pub and making the business more profitable. The second pub I'm visiting is owned by a pubco called Punch, and it brings me from the countryside into town, where pubs have to compete with each other for our money. Today, I'm in a town called Stroud, which is just outside of Gloucester, and it's a busy little town. I'm visiting a pub called the Prince Albert, which is a local institution. It's got this great reputation, and it's always super busy. So it does come as a bit of a surprise to hear that it's struggling. It's definitely out of town a bit.
It used to be a case every night would be busy, you wouldn't have to do anything. Now you really do have to go out and find your audience and get them in.
You really want to have to get there if you're going to walk all the way up this hill.
People are constantly surprised because you wouldn't expect through those doors to find what goes on in here.
Here it is, here on the right, with no car park. We've been lucky we found a blank space here. So if you're going to go out on a night out there, the pub has to offer something. You really have to want to go through the doors of that pub. For over 20 years, the Prince Albert has gained a brilliant reputation for live music, attracting both locals and music fans from afar. Booking the bands and pouring the beers are tenant landlords Lottie Lister and Miles Connolly.
They operate the pub as if they own the pub. There's love put into the place.
I've never had it in another pub where people are willing to bring you over and have a chat and invite you into their little bubble.
It is very much an extended family.
It's like what a public house should be like.
To the onlooker or the customer that comes in, it looks like we're a busy, thriving pub. We've got a good footfall, we've got customers coming in, we're selling beer, you know, there's loads of empty barrels outside, but at the end of the day, there's not much left for us. Well, there's nothing really. On a turnover of just over 350,000, we made a profit of £3,000.
Wow.
Wow, I know, yeah. I mean, we knew it wasn't good, but the harsh reality was like, oh my God.
Absolutely nothing. The moment that the glass washer breaks
exactly.
or a fridge goes down.
Yeah. Essentially, all the profit is here. The arrangement we have with the owners of the building is we're contracted to buy all our lager, cider and beer off them at an inflated price. A freeholder could walk into a wholesaler and buy it cheaper than we can.
But in return, is your rent cheaper than this would be if it was in an open market?
No, it's not.
Right.
Our rent here is £19,000. And last year, when we had our rent review coming up, we wanted to add extra £5,000 on. And we went, whoa, that's just not possible. They said, well, we've worked out how much money you're making.
So the more you turn over, they go, oh, we'll put the rent up. We have nothing. We have no pension. We don't own property. We have to work out a way where we can make a profit in this business. Around 12,000 UK pubs are tied houses.
a centuries-old system under which tenants or leaseholders must buy at least some of their beer through the pubco or brewery that owns the building. My Tide pubs in Marlow are profitable, but I don't rely heavily on the sale of beer. In 2 of my pubs, it's all about the food. And when I got this pub, to help make it work within the pubco structure, I came at it from a completely new direction.
So many places, this place in particular, was sat empty during the day, not operational at all. So if I could turn it into a retail space and generate income, it could at least cement its place in the community. So it operates as a butcher's from 9 till 5, and then as a pub pretty much for the rest of the time.
If you hold on to it, I'll move the chairs.
OK.
For Lottie and Miles, their thing is music.
OK, got it.
If you rattle it at the same time, it helps it tighten.
So you've put stages up before, haven't you?
Now I want to see how they make that pay.
For tonight's gig, we're selling tickets. It's £10 a ticket.
Right.
And some have been sold in advance, some are on the door, and they get the door.
So you get nothing?
No.
We don't make profit on the door takes, no. There are different setups. A lot of the time, we'll offer 10% of whatever we've taken that night. So if we've taken £1,000, we're going to pay the band £100.
But that terrifies the living daylights out of me. You told me that you take £350,000 a year, but you only make £3,000 profit. That's less than 1%, right?
Yep.
OK. However, you're giving someone 10% of the bar take.
You've got to pay good money to keep the reputation that we've got.
And then also, they get a home-cooked meal, so we make a veg curry or a lasagna and lovely stuff from the
Sometimes they
farmer's
stay the
market. And then sometimes, as well, they stay. And
We haven't got to the 2 free drinks we give them as well, each.
OK. You're like the most wonderful, generous landlords around because you're making sure that everyone's completely looked after. And that is exactly the right thing to be doing, of course, because it generates goodwill and business and return. However, you're not looking after yourselves.
We need to look at this. Turnout's good. You know, we've got these amazing artists and musicians and people and customers that come into our living room and it works, you know. But just not maybe financially.
This is super great. I mean, the musicians, top drawer. The audience, still drinking though, which is great.
But as I know from 15 years of being a pub co-tenant myself, rising taxes and rent mean that margins are more crucial than ever. So first I need Lottie and Miles to make sure that they're maximising their profit from the bar.
And so we rise again, rise again.
See you, boys. Good to see you.
There's a couple of little things you could do before I next come back and see you. Firstly, could you monitor all the beer that we're drinking? Drinks that go to staff or drinks that you give at the end of the night, all of those I want noted
You know
down.
how it works with a local pub? Leaky Steve, the plumber, will come and do a little job. It's not worth giving us an invoice. Give him a couple of pints.
I give him an invoice every time.
Oh, well, not every time.
Lottie's paying the invoice, you're giving him free beer. So this is what I mean. Now, the next thing, look at the price of your beers, OK? What price do they have to be to make the profit margin that we need? Now, let's put those beers on at that price, not say a word to anybody, keep on as a trial and see what happens.
We've only just put the Timothy Taylor up from 440 to 450.
And it's still not enough, we know that.
And we'd had the Grolsch on at 480, and now we've replaced that with Moretti at 520. So, you know, there's a...
What do you want to do? Give it away and earn nothing? Because I'm not saying it's forever. Don't be scared. You've got to do it. Listen, what's more scary, that or not when the boiler breaks, not being able to afford to do it?
It is broken.
There you go. Trial it, because you're amazing people with a beautiful pub. We just got to make it so that you make a living.
Thank you.
All right. See you in a bit.
Nice one.
Come on. Back in Cornwall, Amy and Ian have already started to transform the dining room at the White Hart. They've taken out the dated carvery and are installing a posh new ladies' loo.
Don't drop it, Ian. Don't drop it.
Sometimes in Cornwall, the word directly comes across. Directly could mean it'll be done tomorrow. Directly could mean it'll be done next week. Directly could mean it'll be done in 3 years' time. Yeah, I'm not a directly person. Should we have a look at the plans? Yeah. Taking the wall out, putting a new bar in, it's going to be such a big job.
Amy's had plans drawn up by local joiners Adam and Paul.
So there's the doorway there. So you're going to get this view from this side of the bar right through. Once that wall's gone, it's going to be a big difference for you.
Start next week?
Well, it's
Trev, we need to work out when we're going to do this.
We need a time scale.
All right, let's just say maybe we could be able to open it on St. Piran's Day, March the 5th.
Yeah, that's quite a good day.
5th of March is quite important in Cornwall. St. Piran is the saint of Cornwall. There's lots of celebrations, so we really need to get it done within 6 weeks. We still don't know where the money's going to come from. It's giving me a right headache. Scary. We've had mixed views on the locals. A lot of them are really excited, but you've got a lot of people that really don't like change. It's not disrespectful, but we just cannot rely on local trade coming in, a building this size. You know, we need a bit more. For your local pub to keep on going and trading for years to come, we need to do a bit more.
Keeping a small band of loyal regulars happy while also attracting new customers is a problem shared by landlords and landladies up and down the country.
Back in the early 80s, if you came over to England, travelling from the West Indies, you'd know that this was one of the places you could come to and meet other people from Jamaica. It was a vibrant, happy place to be.
The third pub I'm visiting is in London, where sky-high property prices, rising rents, transient populations and heavy competition mean the capital has lost over 80 pubs a year since the millennium. I'm heading to the Golden Anchor, a free-of-tie leasehold run by Lana Bury in Nunhead, Peckham.
If you didn't have work, you'd meet somebody from your area back in the West Indies and you'd make a connection. You could get work, you get food that you love.
So I know very little about South London pubs run by the Afro-Caribbean community, so this is a bit of a leap into the unknown for me.
It was vibrant, busy. It was a different time. It was a happy time.
What I do know about Peckham now is that the property prices are most definitely on the increase, and it's quite a cool postcode to have now.
It's almost as if I've stayed there as well in the good times and not kept up with now.
Thank you very much. Hey, Lana, I'm Tom.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
Please
too.
come in. Welcome to the Golden Anchor.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
So, Lana, how long have you been here?
This time round, since April '98. This was the first pub I worked in part-time in the 80s. Yeah, my Sunday job.
Then you came back and decided to run it?
Somebody told me they were going to put it up for the lease for sale, and I went for it and got it.
You want to show us around a little bit?
I'd love to, yeah.
Come on, then.
The Golden Anchor is split into 2 rooms. The front bar is used for pool and dominoes.
During the week, it will be mainly the domino players. A bit on the noisy side. That's what they've come here for, to enjoy themselves. They do need to behave themselves. It's just life. You're an adult. Behave yourself.
And out back, there is a dance hall.
We've got 2 fantastic DJs. They know the songs I'm gonna love, and they just know to rewind it because I'm just gonna give them that look. On a good night, the people are enjoying themselves. It's busy, and there's no feeling like it. And we get a lot of those feelings, but we could do with a lot more.
So this is the party room. This is where it gets busy, 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock.
It's a bit later, but yes, it does get busy, yeah.
Later than 10, 11 o'clock.
11, sometimes 12.
So midnight till 2.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 hours, twice a week, this room's busy.
Yes, for sure. That can't pay the bills. That can't cover us for the rest of the week when it's quiet and we're opening up.
No. What we got over there?
Just a little bit of history.
Jamaican history?
Yes.
So you're Jamaican, British-born, Jamaican heritage?
Yes, yeah.
So Jamaican flags, Jamaican national heroes. Is it a Jamaican pub?
No, and I don't like that. It's a pub. It's just a pub. It's just like a lot of Jamaicans come here and drink, and that's what we're kind of known for. And I think that's why we don't get a lot of other people come here. It's like it's a black pub. That's the thing we'll get. It's a black pub. It's a Jamaican pub. It's a yardie pub.
And that's a Jamaican phrase.
It's not used in a positive way. It's gangsters, you know, dealers and things like that. When I worked here initially in the 80s, it was a drugs den. I couldn't have that in my business, so they had to go. Go they did.
How did you get rid of them?
They would give me them looks, you know, them menacing looks, and they would swear and use all sorts of words at me. I'd say, no, you can't stay here. I was terrified, but I wasn't going to have it.
Amazing. It's 2 o'clock and the pub is open. But with no customers, I've plenty of time to check out the kitchen. Knock, knock, hello.
Oh, hello, how are you?
I'm good, you must be Marcia.
Yes, and you must be Tom.
I am Tom.
Yes.
How are you, mate?
I'm all right, thank you.
What are we making?
We're making chicken soup today, and we're doing it with chicken foot and chicken.
Chicken feet?
Yeah.
Big seller?
That's the best-selling soup in here.
OK. What do we need doing? Marcia's soup includes stock, chicken's feet, potatoes, veg and dumplings. And after an hour or so, it's ready to taste. Absolutely delicious.
Oh, thank you for that. It's coming from the heart.
I'm going to swerve the chicken foot. I mean, it's chicken skin on a bone. It's all right, like, there's nothing offensive about it. There's just no meat. Flavour-wise, it's hearty, it's homely, it tastes great, it is fantastic. But are you going to get just everybody to come and order chicken foot soup with dumplings? I think it's a big ask. As well as Jamaican soups, Marcia makes classic West Indian dishes like steamed fish and jerk chicken. It's delicious. It's tasty, it's filling. I just wish there were more people here eating it. I've been here 5 hours and there's still no customers. But by 6 o'clock, a dozen regulars are playing dominoes in the front bar, and Lana's partner, Greg, an electrician, is back from his day's work.
Second shift.
Second shift. These guys, they come in every day, play dominoes?
Yeah.
Who's the best domino player? You teach everybody, so you are the best player. Okay. OK, well, I'm going to have to go and have a game and learn, I think.
Yeah.
Can I come and join your table?
Yeah, of course you can.
You're looking at me going, yes, fresh blood. Nice to meet you, Basil. Yes. Tom?
John.
John? George, I have absolutely no idea how to play this game.
So that means you and him will have to buy us the drink.
Is that right? Oh, you play as teams? OK.
And if you lose, you'll have to buy.
Have you ever heard of beginner's luck? What happens if I've got nothing with a 1 or a 6?
Say a pass.
OK, I pass.
When a man is down, you keep him down.
OK, so now you know I've got no 1s.
Yeah, I'm gonna crucify you.
Thank you very much.
Pass.
And that must hurt.
All right.
Pinky can't play. Look, you're passed now.
Yeah.
And I've won. There you go. Well played, sir.
Well done.
Yeah. Yes.
First to 6.
OK. How would you feel if this pub had to close? We've got to bolt the doors, it doesn't make enough cash.
Big loss.
I wouldn't feel too good about it.
Probably spend the best part of the evening here.
So you'll have what, 2 beers, 3 beers?
A pint of beer and a pint of water.
Pint of beer, pint of water, over the 3 hours.
Sometimes I go over the top. I'm not perfect.
No, it's great. But who else is in this pub tonight? We've just got domino players there. We've got Greg behind the bar, but he's not serving any beer. It's a great space to be, don't get me wrong, but as a business, this isn't generating. We're all sat here having a nice time.
Yeah.
Apart
the
from
bar
Greg.
staffing up. Would you like a drink?
Yeah, maybe in a minute. I think by the end of this game, I might like two.
He's getting the hang of it.
Feed him again, man.
Oh, dear. 3-all.
So you only got to win one more?
How many dominoes you have?
Don't tell nobody. You amateurs. Well done, Pat. Well done. 6 up. Yeah.
I know you said you've never witnessed beginner's luck.
You play body. Of course. You have four moves before.
They're great fun. They're making a lot of noise. They're not drinking very much.
No, and it's the same every day. But there are those that if they can get away with it, trust me, they would stay there all night and play on the domino table and they wouldn't buy a drink.
What is the financial situation like?
It's just dire. And if we don't see a massive improvement, then we're just going to have to call it a day. I could sort of say, like, right, embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing.
It's time when you have to work every day and you can't pay your bills. It is bad. Like, I made arrangements last week with the VAT man to pay it weekly. We should have money. It's not like, oh, we've got like a 10,000 VAT bill. It's 5,000. You can't pay that at the end of a quarter. What are you working for?
There is no single answer to saving pubs. Every pub is an individual, and each one has its own customer base. But most importantly, the real good ones that really succeed have incredible people. You've been loving this pub for 20 years. We need to look at client base and how you're getting there, rather than something that is just sucking the life out of you and everything else.
I'm all up for it.
I don't know where to start, but it is a great pub. She's amazing. There's already a brilliant atmosphere in there. It's just not enough people.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah.
At the Albert, I think Lottie and Miles are too generous for their own good, so I want them to try a little experiment.
We really enjoyed Tom's visit, and we've had a few long nights discussing things. Here he is now.
I can't find any... Oh, fuck's sake. I can't find any specs to, so you'll have to read off the computer.
OK.
I'm keen to find out if you can be a drink or wet-led pub and still make enough to survive within a pubco structure.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I've asked Lottie and Miles to unify the gross profit on their beer and increase their prices.
Otto's currently at 370, which is just on 55%. So if we take it up to 56%...
Divide by 44, and then times by
100.
Times by 100. 384.
£3.80 a pint, which is perfectly doable. Timothy Taylor, landlord, what do we charge at the moment? £4.50.
£5.15.
So that's going up 65 pence.
We'd have to take it off.
We'll take it off. I think we just take it off.
We can't be the most expensive pub in Stroud. I think we're going to understand our marketplace better than Tom, to a certain degree, because we live here every day.
Amstel.
504.
What we charge you for at the moment? 4.20.
Wow.
San Miguel.
That's the most expensive so far.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Some of the products are impossible to put up.
Guinness, £2.35. I think that's over
That'd
a
be
fiver.
£5.34. It's huge.
It's huge.
OK, Moretti.
£6.25.
I'll get laughed at Stroud. It'll be like the Marie Celeste in here. I'm not selling it for that.
To remain competitive in the current climate, Britain's publicans need to be responsive to changing drinking habits. In the case of Lottie and Miles, this means buying in quality real ales and craft beers. But for them, that's at the pubco's higher prices. To help them, I need to dig deeper into how the tie works. From the side of the people who brew the beer. So I'm meeting local brewer Greg Pilley.
We've been brewing since 2006, and of course the brewing landscape has changed considerably since then. In the county, there was 6 of us when we started. There's now 48 breweries in Gloucestershire alone.
Wow.
And nationally, the picture is the same. It's never been a better time to be a drinker, for sure. It's been one of the hardest times to be a brewer and compete within that. So this is the brewery kitchen, 20 brewers' barrels, which means that we'll produce 80 of these firkins in a single brew.
So tell me about the economics of selling this barrel of beer.
To a free house directly as a trade price, it's in the high 70s. If we're selling to a pubco, we get around about £60. So,
Right, so it's considerably less.
Yes.
So you sell this barrel to a pub company for £60.
Yes.
Then they deliver it.
We actually deliver it.
Okay.
The pub company doesn't have to do anything. We just pay them, or they pay us £60, and then they sell it on to their tenants at about £100. So they're making £40 for every barrel for doing nothing, and we're making about 10 for, making it and delivering it. And then the pub has to sell it at a price that competes with all the free houses that are buying it at £20 less.
It seems unfair. The pubco's strong-arm producers like Greg on the price that they buy beer, and at the same time, handicapped tied tenants like Lottie and Miles who struggle to compete with free houses on the price that they sell it. With the pubcos taking so much of the profit, I'm now not sure increasing the beer prices will make enough difference.
I'm interested to see how it goes, but feeling like our regulars are going to be upset. What are you having?
Oh, please.
Cheers, mate. $4.90.
Is that gone up?
Yeah.
That's quick.
Yeah, don't take long, does it? $4.90. Said, has that gone up? And I said, yes. And then he didn't mention it again. That's like, OK. It's just that simple. I'd have kicked off.
Guinness, that'll be £5.20, please. Thank you. Josh has just been in and had a pint of Guinness for £5.20.
Has he?
Didn't notice.
9 of your English, thank you. Cheers, mate. Come on then, pay attention. 11.60. Cheers. Thanks, Osk. Not a sausage.
A couple of the locals that I thought had noticed that the prices had gone up haven't. One of our locals just came in, Steve, he noticed straight away. He always pays with cash. So he's got his money ready to pay, and he's, bloody hell, that's 60p more than it was yesterday.
That's going to be a lot of money to him. And the free house that is closest to us is down the hill down there. And he can get a pint cheaper in there. Fact,
I don't mind paying a premium because this pub offers something which you don't get in Wetherspoons, where you can get a pint for £3 or whatever. Bit of a kick in the shin, but what am I going to do about it? I'll still drink it and I'll still come here because I love the pub.
To help Lana at the Golden Anchor, I first need to learn more about the role Jamaican-run pubs have played in the South London community. So I've arranged to meet historian Kelly Foster for a drink in Brixton. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
So why did you suggest we meet here in this pub?
Well, A, so you can buy me a drink.
Yeah.
And B, we're in Market House in Cardiff Lane. And in a previous life, this was the Coach and Horses, or a.k.a. George Berry's.
George Berry was the first Jamaican immigrant to become a pub licensee.
One of the things that is often overlooked about African Caribbean people full stop, who are coming to the UK after World War II, is the racism that they face. One of the places where this was particularly apparent was in the public houses, where if you were black, you got turned away and you got refused service. So George Berry getting the licence here at the Coach and Horses in 1965 marked a turning point in race relations in the UK. 1965 is also the date that the Race Relations Act came into force, in which it became unlawful for people to be turned away.
George Berry blazed a trail for more people of Caribbean origin to become landlords.
Do you think there's any danger that the English regulars will exclude themselves?
Well, I think it is very natural that because a West Indian has taken over the pub, other West Indians will tend to gravitate towards it. But so far as I have seen, the regulars, which are the English people, have accepted me, and they have been coming here, and so have the West Indians, and therefore I see no danger.
I've always known the Coach and Horses to be a very mixed clientele. And a lot of the pubs and bars in this area still reflect that. Even though it might be thought of as a black pub or a Jamaican pub, they welcome everybody in. Caribbean-owned pubs in the UK brought a little bit of Caribbean hospitality and music. But one thing that we don't have in the Caribbean, however, is the ale.
So those pubs have actually, they've changed, they've diversified and they've grown as the area has grown. As
Yeah, because if you're a pub that doesn't change in London, you're a pub that doesn't exist anymore.
The Golden Anchor hasn't changed with the times. Real ale and craft beers are some of the biggest growth areas in the industry, and Lana sells neither.
The first priority is making this room feel like a proper pub bar. You're not going to sell any beer in this bar without having any beer available. And worse still, they see an empty aquarium with a sign in it, and they're stuck to it with a load of "do not do this" written on it. So yeah, make all of that drinks bar special. Make it feel like that you've got a full selection of drinks there, including a cask-conditioned ale. And then, your lovely Dominoes players. They create their own energy and atmosphere, but that dominates your pub. People aren't going to walk in through that door if it's just full of Dominoes players that sat at all the seats, so there's nowhere to sit. So we've got to be able to move these guys down there, but still make them feel welcome. Tell them you're creating a new space for them.
We tried it in the summer and they revolted. OK, we'll go back again.
Well, you've got to do it.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, it's my business as well. Yeah,
otherwise this just isn't going to work.
We're doing it. Yeah.
Now the last thing that I need you to do is I want you to do an open house. OK, once this bar is looking lovely and feels like a proper pub, you're going to open these doors and you're going to invite everybody that you know. You're going to flyer. You're going to talk to people and you're going to get them through the doors. And you're going to show them what this pub is about.
Sounds good.
So when you get them through the door, we're going to use them as an experiment to find out a lot more about what the perception of this pub is and what the people of this community nearby want. So what we can offer them.
Amazing.
But it's only the start.
At the White Hart, Amy and Ian have taken out a loan and begun work to open up the bar to that amazing view. But knocking down a wall in a 300-year-old pub is not for the faint-hearted.
We're living in a building site now. There's dust everywhere. You just can't serve food in an environment like this. But we can serve beer. We've got barrels on the bar. They've put this up to obviously try and prevent as much dust coming over as possible. Behind the curtain is where all the work's being carried out. So people can come through the front door there, stand here at the bar and be able to see our view through here. This is the old exterior wall to the pub. And it's 21 inches thick. And there's bits of granite in there that are like that. You know, to smash that out, it's a massive, massive job. Words cannot describe how much stuff is going on in my head. Because it's such an old building, it really has sucked away so much money. My paperwork pile is there, and I'm just going to get people all the time in a minute just ringing me up saying, can you pay me, can you pay me? I can't understand where the steels are going to go.
And to the other end.
So you've got to smash this bit down?
Yeah.
We have a deadline on when that bar has to be there. It's super stressful.
Lana is cracking on preparing for the open house at the Golden Anchor.
My name's Lana. I'm from the pub up the road, the Golden Anchor. Friday we've got an open house, free drinks and some food to sample, yeah.
I'm not going to lose, so I might come back down.
All right, okay. So that building there was once a popular, busy pub amongst the Caribbean community. It was called the Swiss Tavern. And then they turned it into this block of flats that you can see now. it's not until now that it's really kind of sinking in, that we need to actively be out there welcoming our locals. And once we've got them in them doors, then we've got to sell ourselves big time. Greenery's coming down. Reason for the fish tank initially was because it was very good feng shui. It was supposed to bring you a lot of luck and good fortune. Down to the garage door, yeah?
Which just leaves the tricky business of moving the dominoes players.
There'd be those that are like resentful of it because they're used to coming in and having this space for themselves. Gentlemen, as if we've got a little bit of quiet, we've got a wonderful announcement to make. So what we're going to do is ask you all to move round to the other bar as a trial.
Yeah, but when the crowd come in and we can...
Well, maybe we'll have to stop the music. What about stopping the music and just let the dominoes play?
And you can't stop the dominoes, so...
I'm asking for your support in this because we've got an open house and this is the bar that they're going to be concentrating in.
They're coming to see domino players and the minute they come, they push the door and don't see the domino players.
Don't be like that now. You don't even come often, so...
It's like moving a kid out their bedroom, innit? Yeah. We used to around here. We never normally play around. Never play around there before, so...
That's fine. It's fine. So it's a change. And sometimes a change is good.
What I say, I mean, and I'm not going to go back on it. I can't go back on it anyways. We'll settle them in nicely, and that's how it is.
Two weeks have passed and I'm back at the Prince Albert. The beer price experiment is still ongoing.
I'm waiting to see how that affects it over a period of maybe a couple of weeks, to see if people do decide to go elsewhere because they think they can get it a bit cheaper, maybe at the weekends.
Under the arrangement they have with their pub co, this was only ever going to be a marginal gain. So Miles and Lottie have a more dramatic idea they want to discuss.
We'd like to go free of tie on the beer pumps.
We're paying too much for the beer. I mean, that's obvious. Now, there's a thing that's run through the pub codes, which the government have made available, that is called market rent only, MRO.
The MRO means you come out of having to buy their beers, but your rent is the market rent, which on paper is going to be more expensive than the rent you're paying now.
The rent will increase slightly because we won't be buying beer from them.
We could go straight to the brewery and buy it direct from them. So we could go to all of the breweries we've got locally. Yeah. We've got so many good breweries.
It would be better for the brewery and better for us.
It'd be better for everybody.
I'm not sure breaking free of the beer tie can be that simple. If it was, every tied landlord would go for market rent only. I need to find out more. So I've arranged to meet the man who campaigned for this legislation in Parliament.
We need action now, not just to assist the thousands of publicans and safe pubs, but also to provide a boost to local and the UK economy.
Formerly a Lib Dem MP, Greg Mulholland now chairs the British Pub Federation, which campaigns for the interests of tied tenants. We're meeting at a pub in South London, where landlord Dave Law has been trying to get out of his beer tie.
So I'm working quite closely with a pub called the Prince Albert. The operators have been there 20 years plus. If they were to look at the MRO, how could they achieve that?
I mean, the problem is, Tom, that the market rent-only option that we campaigned so hard for and then actually achieved in legislation, or so we thought, that legislation has been watered down. An independent assessor would say, we will assess this pub on a free-of-tie basis, and then you can have a rent on that basis with no other markup, no other product or service ties. Instead, unfortunately, that whole process has been stitched up, and actually it's the pubcos who are allowed to set the rent. So all they're doing is they're saying, well, if we're going to lose, 70, 80, 100,000 pounds that we will make from marking up beer to that pub, we'll actually just add that to the rent.
We tried to enact our rights way back as early as we could in September 2016. We're still not there. The pubcos will do everything they can to stall negotiations, complicate things. And it's been a very costly, time-consuming exercise.
And in the end, they will do anything they possibly can. They will fight tooth and nail.
These guys in particular, They've been there for over 20 years on a rolling tenancy. Surely they should be investing in them. Surely they should be...
Of course they should, but they don't, because that's what their business model has now become. They've got shareholders or creditors who expect those kind of returns from individual pubs. Their model has killed thousands and thousands of viable businesses. It's driving out some of the best publicans in this country. It is about the profits. I mean, in the end, that's what it's all about. You can say it's about all these other things and the structures, but it's just about the rip-off. It's taking too much of the pub profit.
This pub survived 2 world wars. Where the 750-year-old pub down in Deal in Kent that survived Henry VIII and 2 world wars. OK, didn't survive pub companies. Once they're gone, they are gone.
Talking to those guys today, it feels on such a huge scale that as a small operator, it's almost overwhelming. And that leads to the point of me worrying about Lottie and Miles and warning them against pushing down that route of going legal, of trying to get that MRO, because, you know, I just don't want them to get caught up into years and years of red tape of trying to eventually get where they want to get and give up.
I'm back at the Golden Anchor for the open house.
Lorna! Look at this place. It looks like a pub. So when did these come in?
Yesterday.
You got a stout on as well for your stout lovers, and a real ale.
And the Domino's has gone round to the other bar.
How's that gone?
Not too bad. We had a few that stopped coming.
Right.
Yeah, but, you know, that's life.
So tonight, an open house. You've got people cooking.
Yep.
You've got staff coming in to set up.
Yep.
You've got bits and bobs going on. Mm-hmm. What can I do?
That looks lovely. Well done.
Coming through.
Tonight is all about drawing people in to find out what they look for when they go out.
I hope you're ready.
Always ready.
Always ready.
Yeah,
You're
always
ready.
With so much choice out there, competition is fierce.
You want to know everything about them, their pub habits, and why they have or haven't been coming here. And will they be coming back?
That's a big question, eh?
By 6 o'clock, a few people start to trickle in.
That is a pale ale. That's another pale ale. Oh.
It's early doors. You know, it's just that after work time. And there's a lot of the normal faces, the Domino's players.
What I like about it, right, you've got a variation, which is good. That's right, this one. Oh, dear me. They're all different, aren't they? Yeah.
No sales yet.
No sales?
No.
What are they drinking out the back?
Usual. Heineken and bottle Guinness.
But that's because it's the usual crowd.
Yeah.
Don't you worry, mate. New faces, the word will spread.
Yeah, good.
After a while, the old trick of free tastings works its magic, and newcomers are mingling with regulars.
There's your samples.
Yeah, they're good, man. The mango one's real good.
Have you been in here before?
No, we're down the road, but first time in.
Lana's the landlady. These are your new two locals.
Nice to meet you guys.
So come here and I'll do the chicken and the bread.
So do you come in here quite a bit?
Not as much as I used to.
What changed?
I don't know, it didn't have that pub feel to it anymore. I think having beer on tap and things like that makes it feel more pub-like.
Would you like to try the caster?
It's got a taste for it now, isn't it?
The challenge for this place is a way of bringing new people in whilst keeping the heritage and still offering something for, you know, the people who've been coming here for 10, 20, 30, 40 years.
We have more people coming in knowing that there's a multicultural society, there is a great food, great atmosphere, and it will be brilliant for the area. Absolutely.
This sort of pub is what Nunhead needs.
The feedback from local residents tonight gives us a really good starting point for the changes we need to make next.
Your pub this evening suddenly felt like we were in Nunhead Peckham. It's a multicultural, lovely mix of people. Everybody having a lovely time.
And that's what I so want and have wanted for so long.
Whatever it was for all those years that they weren't coming through that door, crossing that threshold, you broke that barrier down this evening.
Thank you. Bless you.
For Lana to attract more people through those doors on a regular basis, she needs to modernise, while keeping hold of the special Caribbean hospitality her pub is known for.
And today, I think that's definitely the route to go down. But there is still a huge amount of work to be done.
There's just 1 week to go until the White Hart's new bar is due to open for the St. Piran's Day celebration, and I'm back to check in on progress.
Hey Tom, you okay?
Hello, you two, how are we?
We're missing something.
Yeah. I mean, this is what it's about, isn't it? You come through, and that's the view. Steels are in.
Acros are still up at the minute because...
We're taking them down in a minute.
No, tomorrow.
No, we're going to take them down in a minute.
We're going to take them down in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be fine, mate. It'll be fine.
Stop worrying.
And whilst all of this is going on, you are actually still open, aren't you?
Yeah, of course we are.
Yeah, we are, yeah.
That is brilliant.
And people love it as well, because they're like, oh, what's going on behind the curtain? And we've got limited drinks available, but everyone's accepted it, haven't they?
Yeah,
and just said, it's just brilliant that you're open for us.
And I tell you what, that's the difference between it being a pub company and owner-operators. Because a pub company would close it all down, redo it all, give it a facelift, open it up again. You've gone, no, because we still need to generate income, we still need to do something. We're still a part of a community. You're the only pub in the village, aren't you? So the idea of, you know, you still
We still need to open the doors for the locals.
Despite the mess, the noise and the stress of the build, Amy has even managed to organise a pub quiz.
Yeah, we're getting a few people in now.
In the small part of the pub they can still squeeze people into.
Thank you for coming in tonight. This is a charity quiz for men's mental health. So we'll be coming around asking you for money, but it's all for a good cause. And in the raffle is a part of the White Hart wall. Thank you.
Everything is coming together. There's no food tonight. So Amy can concentrate on being this amazing host that's running around taking money for the raffle and for the charity and pushing people along and bossing them about.
How long have we got a gap for? Because I need to go and get some raffle tickets.
Probably walk around. There's a huge amount of work to be done. Can they get it ready for a week? Maybe. I mean, they'll be up against it, but you never know. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be open during refurbishment. In fact, if it wasn't for her, it probably wouldn't be open.
Which country won the most Weddles?
When I began this journey, I thought that saving these pubs meant improving what they offer and how they operate. But this is only half the story.
It's the amazing people who run our pubs that make them so great. And I believe they need wider recognition and support for the special role that they play at the heart of our communities.
Next time, I put Miles and Lottie's predicament to the chief exec of Punch.
But they are at the point of thinking, enough is enough, I can't do this anymore.
We step up the modernisation of the Golden Anchor.
You just get a load of blokes to stand here, so they become customers and lampshades.
And I visit a Scottish village where the residents have joined forces to save their pub.
I wouldn't like to be the one that had to say, this has not worked.
Before a threat beyond our control brings the curtain crashing down on the entire industry.
Worked so hard to make this place amazing.
The Great British Pub.
Oh, you work tomorrow night, eh?
Our neighbourhood's living room, where victories are toasted, friendships flourish, and the world is put to rights over a pint of the usual.
They got it up on the wall there.
But since the turn of the millennium, the UK has lost over a quarter of its pubs. That's nearly 14,000 that have called last orders forever. I'm Tom Kerridge, and last year I set off around Britain to uncover why so many of our pubs are failing.
We've sacrificed our relationship for this pub.
I wanted to lift the lid on an industry I know and love.
They make money when people fail, driving out some of the best publicans in this country.
And try to save any more pubs from going to the wall.
We have to work out a way where we can make a profit in this business.
Back in 2005, I rescued the Hand and Flowers in Marlow and transformed it into the first 2 Michelin star pub in the world. I've since opened 2 more innovative ventures. The latest a butcher shop by day and pub by night.
As the proud landlord of these 3 pubs, it pains me to see the plight of our industry.
So far, I've been fighting the cause for Amy and Ian's Cornish Free House.
We take £75 a week each. It's not great.
No, it's not great.
A lively music pub in Stroud run by tenants Lottie and Miles.
What do you want to do, give it away and earn nothing?
And an inner-city neighbourhood pub leased by Lana and Greg.
Is it a Jamaican pub? No, and I don't like that.
Now I'm adding another pub to the list.
This is probably coming now as a really harsh reality.
In a bid to secure its long-term future. But none of us could ever have imagined the crisis that lay ahead.
This could be the last night that this pub trades, ever.
This is our story. I opened this when I was 31 years old. I honestly don't know if I have the energy to do it all again. Today, I'm exploring a business model which is a radical departure from the way pubs normally operate. In this popular Scottish tourist area near Loch Lomond is a pub entirely owned and run by its locals. I want to see if this is a viable way of saving vulnerable pubs.
I've heard about community-owned pubs, but I've never really had any experience with them. I mean, the community buys the pub to help save it and keep it that beating heart of the community of wherever it is. And the Black Bull has only been open for a couple of months, so it's quite early doors. It'll be finding its feet.
The Black Bull has served the villagers of Gartmore for over 200 years. So when it faced being sold off as housing, the locals took matters into their own hands. By selling shares and chasing grants, they raised enough cash to buy the pub outright, adding to the growing ranks of community-owned pubs in the UK.
Since the Black Bull has been taken over by the community, it has totally changed. It's very much a community place, a family place, a very friendly place.
Can I possibly offer your dog a treat?
When it's busy, it's just amazing.
I've never been here before, and it's quite a surprise, actually. A good surprise.
This is a really small village, so I think it's really important for everyone in the community.
I like to sneak in for a wee drink on the way home from jiu-jitsu, see all the old guys and see how they're getting on, making sure everybody's still alive.
You start to kind of wonder how they're doing, and then you'll probably make a house call to see how they are.
It's a pub that caters for all ages, and it's a community that's willing to keep the pub going.
So everyone from the community does shifts. We waitress, we do the bar, we pretty much do everything.
Oh, you work tomorrow night, eh?
I think with a community-run pub, it's very difficult to try and get everybody to think along the same lines.
Welcome for the very first AGM of the Black Bull Gartmore Hub and Pub Limited.
People are saying, oh, well, we'll have a playroom for the children, we'll have a heritage room for this, we'll have a cafe, and I'm counting the rooms thinking, not quite sure how this is going to work.
I'd like to ask what the plans are for modifying the spaces inside the pub.
You know, one of the things we're desperate for is places to take young kids during the day.
Could we have some better ciders?
Better?
Ciders.
It's a community pub. However, if we don't have profit, we cannot do the good things in the community we want to do.
You've only got the one street. You need a pub. Otherwise, I think the community dies. I wouldn't like to be the one that had to say, this has not worked.
Of the 100 or so community-owned pubs in Britain, there's only 2 in Scotland. To find out what it's like to run a pub by committee, I'm meeting Chairman Peter Sunderland.
Hello there.
Tom, welcome to Scotland. How
Nice
you doing?
to see you. How are you? You okay?
Very good, thank you.
Oh, lovely welcoming warm fire.
All for you, brother, all for you.
This is lovely.
Glad you think so.
And this is owned 100% by the community.
100% by the 240 people who have put some money in and bought a share.
So since you guys have owned the building, have you made any changes?
We've changed the atmosphere, but you can't see that. Okay. But physically, the changes. So a volunteer sanded these back. We have put new lights up, but that's it. Nothing else has changed. It's the same black bull. It's the same lovely colour on the walls.
Okay.
All the same.
So how many people do you get in here most of the time?
Last Monday, our takings were £46.
£46?
Yes, last Monday.
Okay, what was
Saturday
last
was
night?
800.
Okay, all right. So it varies. It goes
Hugely.
up to the weekend. It
Yeah.
goes so this is the heart and soul of the pub.
Yep.
What about the rest of the space? Any chance of showing us around?
Come on, in, I'll have a look. So head on down the corridor.
From the front bar, a dark corridor leads past the kitchen to a cavernous restaurant.
Restaurant.
All right. Gets used a lot?
Total area, no. But we're serving every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
This room's also used as a meeting place for community groups, and Peter tells me there are plans to open it as a cafe during the day.
The lift has not been installed yet. So bedroom, numero 1.
And how many rooms have you got?
4 on this level. Up above, there were 2 staff rooms, which we're not quite sure what to do with.
These 6 bedrooms would need a lot of work to meet the modern standards of paying guests, but there's definitely potential here. The community pub has a big advantage over other business models, as any profits can be reinvested in the pub and the community. The people who bought into the Black Bull are not shareholders in the normal sense, as they won't receive dividends.
Everything that the pub has got is inside. Is there any other assets that the pub might have?
Well, yeah. Just there is our minibus with a registration HUB, hub.
With zero tolerance drink driving laws in Scotland, the minibus means every customer can enjoy a drink.
Particularly in the summer, there's 2 or 3 big campsites, so we'll do a pick-up and a drop-off.
That's almost a full-time job driving that.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And the pub isn't the only community-owned space in Gartmore.
This is the village shop.
This is the village shop.
So this is the only shop in the village?
Only shop in the village. Just over 22 years ago, it was closing, and the village galvanised themselves, and they bought the shop.
Gartmore is certainly a tight-knit community. These local heroes, known as Bull Believers, raised almost £260,000 to buy the bull, and now volunteer to staff it.
Let me change these.
The only full-time paid member of staff is the chef, Johnny, who works 5 days a week.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good, thank you so much, Chef. I'm very good, thank you as well. Very pleased as well, Chef.
All right, what do you need doing?
Are you...
Hired through an agency, Johnny's on a temporary agreement until a permanent replacement is found.
It was quite funny when I arrived here.
Yeah.
It was actually 5 days after they bought the place.
Right, OK, you were in that quickly?
Yes.
5 days after they bought it?
Yes.
And how many people do you normally do? How many guests do you normally have coming through the door?
The most that I did was 44. The less that I did was 6.
OK, so every day you do someone. There's never days where it's 0.
There has been not a single day.
And how was it when you did the 44?
It's like organized chaos, because you're like some starters, some of that, and then you end up with some of the pans, you know, there, you kind of need them for the next thing, and then you're there, and then...
So you're washing up. Nobody came in to help you when it was 44?
Not really. Being on a voluntary basis as well, sometimes it's hard for me to tell them, because I'm like, I'm paid.
So you come from a professional background?
Yes.
And they're joining in a profession?
Yes.
But maybe making it feel like a hobby?
Yes.
Would it work better if they weren't volunteers and they were paid?
Yes. I think that there would have been quite a few things then that I could have told them. Maybe I'm wrong.
Chefs are always right. You're the chef.
Thank you so much, Chef.
To bridge the gap between passion project and business, most community-owned pubs employ a manager or bring in tenant landlords to independently run the day-to-day. In fact, the Bull is almost alone in being run by committee and being so dependent on its volunteers.
I mean, this is just great. This community-owned pub is being used by the community. I mean, how many pubs do you know that's got a choir in it? And a pretty good one at that.
This place is all about the people, but like any other pub, there are limited funds in the coffers, so it needs to be about the business too. My dilemma is how to look to the future without ruining the community spirit. So I'm talking to Peter and operations manager Ailey Gilmore.
Do you know what? I think what you guys are doing is hugely commendable. I think it's wonderful. The people are lovely, the community is great, and you can really tell that community spirit. Now, you've done the hard bit. Well, you've done a hard bit by actually getting the bricks and the mortar. But to keep this going, to keep it moving, to keep it generating, this is where the work really begins. And you have to do it, because otherwise you're just going to sit still and nothing's going to happen.
So, what should we do in the next 3 months? If it was you,
there's a few.
If you're chairman of this group,
the cafe is a great idea. That is a great space, but then it's got to be bigger than that. We've got 6 rooms up there that we want to make right. Okay, so that's 6 rooms. So you're setting the cafe up from 7:30 to get it ready to do 6 rooms worth of breakfasts. Then the cafe's open for lunch. You've got more rooms checking in at 3. Then you've got the bar opening that's running through till midnight, as well as trying to do food. Now, from that, we go, OK, we now need 3, 4, 5 staff.
Wow. Are you reasonably confident that we can generate the turnover to support that staffing?
You have a great foundation for it. If you don't give yourself that opportunity, it's going to sit here and it will implode. Because it will be the same 20 people that are working in here, that are drinking in here, and it will slowly tighten and tighten and tighten.
And we will manage to fix the roof.
And exactly, we have to look outwards. And I am 100% willing to help you, wanting to help you.
Oh, thank you.
That's great.
Well, you've been very generous.
To the point that I would very much like to buy in and buy some shares.
Oh!
That's lovely.
Deal's done.
Deal's done? Is that deal done?
Yes.
OK.
I've only invested a small sum, but now I'm an official Bull believer. If we can get the Black Bull's infrastructure right, it might be a blueprint for other threatened pubs to follow. But if we can't, it's only a matter of time before the village is left with no pub at all. The Golden Anchor is in Nunhead in southeast London. Landlady Lana took on the lease of this spacious neighbourhood local 22 years ago, creating a thriving multicultural pub with good food and lively music. Nowadays, the music helps fill the back bar a couple of nights a week. But the rest of the time, the pub is practically empty.
On a good night, when the music's going, if it's busy, it just feels awesome. There's no feeling like it. But it's too quiet too much of the time.
In a bid to attract more customers, Lana's been following my advice. She's moved her domino playing regulars to the back bar and ordered a new range of craft beers for the front bar. Last time I was here, the open house event was a success.
Very well, and you? Nice to see you.
Now I want to capitalise on that market research.
So you've reclaimed this space, this lovely kind of the front of your pub. Now, before, the Domino's players were in here. Now you've moved them to the back. How's that gone down?
Not as well as I'd hoped.
Right.
I would have hoped that they would have understood that we need this space. We need a business that's vibrant and running, you know, like at a profit. And they haven't been very kind about it.
OK, so they've put up a few barriers. But you're happy with the change that you've made?
I am delighted.
Right, OK.
And I'm not going back either.
OK,
yeah.
so this is a bit of a standoff.
Not really, because I want them to stay and I want them to enjoy themselves. But if they don't, I thank them for the time that they've been here, and I give thanks for the new people that are going to come in.
Great, OK. Now listen, the last time I was here, we handed out some questionnaires for that open evening. Do you want to know what they thought of here?
Definitely, yeah.
Welcoming, lovely boozer. Stark. It's got a locals vibe, has potential. I think it's a bit bleak and brightly lit. What do you make of that?
Well, interestingly enough, I like it bright. I think, oh, they can see the pub when they're passing. But apparently I'm the only one.
It's clear to me that more changes are needed to pull in new punters, but Lana needs convincing. Only a mile up the road, I found just the fella to inspire her.
If you look at pubs and where they're situated, there's always like housing around them. It just seems like this meeting point. I thought, actually, no, pubs are really what these communities need. Pubs that actually open the door to them and say, come in.
Claire Bonaya took on the lease of the Prince of Peckham 3.5 years ago. It's a community focal point offering Caribbean fusion food, great cocktails and lively music.
We're trying to make sure that the people that come in here have a great time, stay, remain, and come back again.
So, ever been to the Prince of Peckham?
No, not before.
No. All right. Well, this is it.
Looks really lovely.
So I want you to see these guys as a little bit of competition. Look at all the touch points that they get right. Absorb it, pinch them, steal them.
Right, okay,
all right?
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Same here, Lana.
Okay.
The pub sector as a whole might be struggling, but Clem has created a winning formula here.
This is Lana. Lana's got a pub round the corner.
Golden Anchor?
I've been.
So do you remember what this was like before Clem owned it?
Yes. Didn't come in here, but it definitely wasn't nothing like this.
For obvious reasons. I didn't come in here either.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't that sort of pub.
What sort of pub was it?
It was very much a working class, predominantly white Irish pub. So they just never ever felt like I was welcome.
What have you had to do then to try and make that over the last 3 years of your ownership, to turn that into a space that makes everybody feel welcome?
You see on the wall as you come in, it says "Welcome to Peckham." I'm Nigerian born, but I've been here since 1986, and I've seen Peckham change. And I wanted a pub that was about Peckham.
Yeah.
Not just for black people, but for like everyone. And everyone should be able to coexist, and everyone should feel equally as loved and as valued, as important as the next person sitting next to them by the bar. I mean, but little things like lighting, music. I have this thing in my head, if you can leave your front room and spend more time in a pub than your front room, you've created that real home from home environment.
Every time I look at him, it's because this is what he's mentioned, and very, very recently. So it's like, okay, yeah.
From a business sense of view, like pure numbers, it's about spend per head. You know, it's about someone coming in and they grab a beer, then they smell the chicken coming from our drum, and they're like, we'll grab some food. Then after food, the music kind of changes, the lights are down, or I grab a cocktail. Next thing you know, it's like 9:30, the DJ's on, and a shot, and all of a sudden, 2 o'clock, and you're leaving the pub. You spend like 6 hours in there. Come on, let's have something to eat. Let's grab some food.
Come on in.
Great, thank you.
Competition to attract punters, especially younger ones, has intensified in recent years. Supermarkets selling bargain booze for as little as a fifth of pub prices, food delivery services, and home entertainment all mean that for many, staying in is the new going out. To fight back, pubs are having to offer more and widen their appeal.
So you can see similarities here between this menu and yours, but could it be tweaked to sit in a market space like this?
It would have to be tweaked, yeah. And quite frankly, our niche is far too small.
Yeah, it's very too.
Yeah.
I mean, when I ate there, it was great. The food was lovely, but you got chicken feet in this.
You do chicken foot soup? I'd come for chicken foot soup. I'd come for chicken foot soup. Yo, listen, that's what I'm talking about. What I like as a Nigerian-born black man, like I'd eat that all day. But in a pub, in an environment like this,
precisely.
You're really just trying to deliver food where people can come, eat. Doesn't matter what colour you are. Doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter what background you're from.
Sometimes I think maybe I've just got tired. Just tired, I think, really. I think like what we've done, we just like catered for the people that we had coming in there are community, are black people, because we had plenty at one time. I think we alienated our neighbours, and we're thinking, oh, they just didn't like us because we were black. But maybe they thought we didn't like them because they were white. Now I'm inspired. Look, I'm not jumping up and, but I am. I do feel inspired.
The big picture here for me is that you've been in that pub for 20 years. Clem's been in this one for free. What's going to bring people through the door for you now? It's the change of ambience, the atmosphere, the lighting. It's like the pub industry has moved on another 20 years from when you first entered it, and it's kind of, you've got to play a massive game of catch-up.
I honestly, and please don't take it in a patronising way, like, you need to see that your pub really is a jewel in none head's crown.
Pubs can occupy an important space in our lives. Not work, not home, but a third place. Somewhere to unwind, listen to music, talk politics. The Prince Albert in Robborough, Stroud, has seen a fair few political debates over the years.
Is on course for a very solid majority.
But it's best known for live music. Despite its great reputation, landlady Lottie and husband Miles only made £3 profit last year.
We have nothing. We have no pension, we don't own no property. We have to work out a way where we can make a profit in this business.
Like 30% of UK pubs, the Albert's owned by a pub company. And the deal they have to buy their booze, known as a beer tie, restricts the margins on their main source of revenue. But my 3 pubs are also owned by a pub co, so I know there are ways of making it successful, if you're prepared to diversify.
How are we doing, chef?
Hello, Tom.
What have we got going on in there?
Well, we've got a spicy one.
With no commercial kitchen of their own, Lottie and Miles regularly invite mobile pizza chef Dylan to the Albert.
So how does it work then as a business for you? Do you pay them rent to turn up?
No, some nights will be busy, some nights it'll just be dead. We won't make that much money. But no, currently we're not paying any pitch or
Right,
fee.
so you come in for free, so all the profit margin is yours?
Yeah, all profit margin is mine, yeah.
Right, got you. How long have you been set up as a business?
Since last June. I'm looking to progress to get a shop rent, but for now, this is
it's a nice little addition to your business.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Yeah.
There's no doubt Dylan's pizzas add value to the customer's experience, but they don't put cash in the till. And it's the same with the bands. Musicians tend to get money from the door plus a cut from the bar, with free drinks thrown in for good measure.
The best hospitality operators are the ones that are most generous and warm-hearted and genuinely want people to have a wonderful, lovely time. And that's exactly what Lottie and Miles are. Except you could argue that they're perhaps a little over-generous.
These guys are never going to be hard-nosed business people, but they have to be more commercially minded to have any chance of keeping the Albert open in the long run.
The gigs nights, I mean, I was here for that one, it was...
So that was a ticketed event?
Yeah.
I think we've got contracts with bands already that we have to honour.
Yes.
So we'll charge a couple of quid on the door and pass the hat round. I'm struggling with the fact that once we do that, that we're going to ask them twice for money. So, but I'll just pay to get in.
Well, it's 2 different things, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, here's my thing for that, right? You start calling it the tips jar. That then is a gratuity on top of what they've already paid.
Do you know what the pleasing thing is? That it's like you in particular, Miles, sound much more willing to give something a go. You know, the fact that you're questioning it and moving it forward is brilliant. And then the food, the pizzas, I thought they were great.
They're good, aren't they?
They're really
good. Yeah.
Super tasty, really nice guy. So he's looking for a permanent site to sell pizzas from.
Mm-hmm.
You have a great space downstairs in your courtyard. You could turn that space into a commercial pizza kitchen that is permanent.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how busy you could be every summer night if you're the place for pizzas?
It would cost us investment to be able to do that, though, as well, wouldn't it? That would be...
Yes, but that's a business plan.
Yeah.
I mean, the reality is you get a kitchen company in to come and give you a quote on how much to put a pizza oven and turn that around.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm estimating 25 grand, right? Which
we're spending on someone else's building. Thinking, well, I'm not going to invest in this building. It's a 3-year right to renew lease. Where are we going to be in 3 years' time? I don't actually know. I can't think any time in the last 14 years that I've been here that Pubco developed our business.
I'll let you into a secret about pub companies that I have found out along the way. A pub company is run by spreadsheets and mostly people answering to boards of directors. That doesn't mean to say that what they're doing is right, but what it does mean that they need to understand you as an individual business. So if you sat back there and said, listen, I've just spent, plucking a figure out, 25 grand on an outdoor kitchen, well, maybe they might invest. You know, you've created a brilliant business at the top of the hill that is a music venue that serves 7 real ales and loads of different other things, with 2 brilliant landlords that smile and say hello when you come through the door. You are an asset to the pub world. They will recognise that if you open yourself up to that conversation. And if they don't, I mean, it's their loss.
As good a pair of publicans as they are, Lottie and Miles seem nervous about dealing with their pub company. Pubcos are big, powerful businesses, owning 14,500 pubs in the UK. But they shouldn't be the enemy. It's in their interest to keep pubs open.
So I'm off to see Clive Chester today, who's CEO of Punch. But funnily enough, I know him from his former role. He was heading up a department of Green King pubs, and 2 of my pubs out of the 3 are with Green King. And I've always had a good relationship with them. So I'm going to push him a little bit on the relationship that he has with Miles and Lottie.
After selling a large number of their pubs to breweries such as Heineken, Punch has shrunk considerably in recent years. But they say this allows them to focus more on their remaining licence holders. I'm hoping that means I can get some much-needed support for Lottie and Miles.
Imagine that I'm like the first time that I've ever heard of a beer tie, and I'm thinking of taking on a pub. How does that work as a business model?
So if you step back and young Tom is thinking of taking on your first pub, as you were 15 years ago, there's a range of options available to you. So one range of option is to take on that business for a rent, and there is normally an element of tie that comes with that, where you buy products through the pub company. But there is a real varying scale of the type of agreements that pub companies like Punch and others offer, and then with varying degrees of tie. And actually, we shouldn't just consider the cost of running the business, the cost of buying the beer, but also look at the overall package that pub companies like Punch provide. So we have a team of operators who are out and about around the country, and we can provide support that is really personalised to the needs of that particular publican and the level of experience they have.
OK, well, that's great, because that brings us on to the next point, I suppose, which is about tenants and landlords that are working very hard, 2 of which I know you have at the Prince Albert, and that's Lottie and Miles, who are exceptional pub people. But they are at the point of thinking, enough is enough, I can't do this anymore. Why do you think that is?
So, firstly, I agree. Lottie and Miles are a great example of hard-working, talented publicans who have created actually a really unique offer. And I think the local community of Rodborough are lucky to have Lottie and Miles, as are we at Punch.
But why can't they make any money?
So I believe they can make money. Our view is that it's important to try and diversify that business further, whether that's introducing a community kitchen, whether it's stretching the day part and trying to generate more business at the quieter times of the week. But the really important thing is that they're investing in their business plan, because that is the way that we like to work with our publicans. So, we work together on helping them develop the business plan for the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years.
So could we say from here that Punch, some of your team would sit down with Lottie and Miles and talk through a way for you as a company to invest in them for the next 10 years to make sure that they can earn £35,000, £40,000 a year, and it just feel right for everybody?
That's exactly what we want to do.
Thank you, Clive. From meeting Clive, the biggest thing that I'm interested in today is actually the support that Punch are willing to give, the behind the scenes, the business help.
They sound open to the idea of investing to diversify the business, which is good news. But I worry that Lottie and Miles will continue to struggle without some kind of concession on the beer tie. In the idyllic Cornish village of Chilsworthy, the White Hart is a freehold pub, so owners Amy and Ian are responsible for every facet of running their business.
I've run out of waitress pads, so let's go with sticky notes for a minute. Okay.
Don't drop it, Ian. Don't drop it.
But like landlords in rural pubs across the UK, no matter how hard they cook, clean, mend and pour, they struggle to pull in enough customers to make ends meet.
Don't panic.
The work-life balance thing is definitely not being achieved at the minute.
It's the constant barrage of everyone wanting you, and that's before you even open the pub and have to speak to the general public.
To attract more revenue from tourists, I've encouraged Amy and Ian to make major structural changes, extending the front bar to take in their stunning surroundings.
If you had to sit here and look out for the view, it'd be wonderful. They've done a lot of work.
But now I want to turn to an often overlooked aspect of running a pub: efficiency. With structural work on the bar in full flow, the cramped and dated kitchen is shut. I want to convince Amy and Ian now's the time to make badly needed improvements before they completely burn out.
All right, mate, how are we getting on?
We're getting on okay.
Come on in. Now, Amy was talking about she was going to do some work in this kitchen. What was the plans of work that you were going to do?
In the ideal situation,
We'd knock this down.
this wall will come out.
But I can't knock another wall down.
No. Well, look, I've got a couple of ideas that isn't going to cost a great deal, I don't think. From a kitchen flow point of view, if you're going to get busier, which you are, once that bar's open there's more space, there's more people knowing about you, it's a great place with a view. This kitchen ain't going to cope. This area is an issue, right? So I think what we need to do is swap these two places over. So you've got all the cook stuff in that end. Here is kind of like a prep bit. And then it gives a nice kitchen flow, makes it easier to work. There's no structural work we've got to do here. There's just a cleaning out, ripping out, and trying to replace it with some stainless steel stuff that hopefully we can blag a little bit of it second-hand. Time scale on this, where, you know, in an ideal world, when would that happen?
Ideally, because the kitchen's being closed over the work when we're doing the works, ideally we would love to. I'd love to do all of this before. Well,
What, we reopen again?
yeah.
Amy's right to act now. The sooner it's back in business, the better for everyone. This place provides a lot for the local community, and not just great food and award-winning beer. The White Hart's 6 regular staff, its builders and its contractors all live within a few miles of the pub.
So how big is the village?
It's not very big, really. It's all along this road, I guess, maybe 300 at the max.
Pub regular and history enthusiast Mark Wash has offered to show me round the village.
The little track up here went up to the railway station, which was just under that tree at the top.
Right, okay.
This is the Tamar Valley down the bottom here.
Yeah.
And you see all these trees here? You know, that was the biggest copper mine in the world at one point, and there would have been thousands of people working over there.
And when did that close down?
Late 19th century, around
Right,
sort of
okay.
1870, 1880, something like that.
Okay, so there'd have been a lot of noise. It'd have been echoing all around the valley?
There would have been a lot of thirsty miners as well.
Right.
A lot of
Okay.
thirsty miners.
Despite its rich mining heritage, Cornwall's no longer a prosperous county, with its limited wealth focused around the coast, not inland villages like Chilsworthy. But rural pubs add value and can inject up to £100,000 into their local economies. And the positive impact of the White Hart isn't just financial. The pub raises thousands for charity, and as a former healthcare professional, Amy's used funds to buy a community defibrillator. And with no shop in the village, the couple recently opened one in the pub. I think it could be better stocked, but for now, it provides locals with everyday essentials.
So this really is the only place left in the village that works for the community.
It is. There's nowhere else. If you want to have an event or have a meeting for a club or just come down for a drink and a chatter, this is it.
Well, I suppose I owe you a pint.
Oh, thank you very much. I wouldn't say no.
So many pubs across the UK have been lost simply because the bricks and mortar are worth more when converted into housing. But communities pay a high price when they're gone. In Chilsworthy, there'd be nowhere to celebrate the biggest date in the Cornish calendar.
You look great.
Oh, thank you.
Mary!
It's St Piran's night. The new bar's not quite finished, but hopefully that won't dampen the atmosphere.
Ewan, did you brush your hair tonight?
Yes. The local choir are in to lead the traditional sing-along.
It's looking like it's going to get quite busy, isn't it? So it's going to be good fun. It's warming up, definitely.
It's our little loco. Since Ian and Amy have been here, it's had a really good vibe. She lets the premise be used as a general sort of community resource, really. So, yeah, it's really, really good, and we're lucky.
This is St Piran's night. Let's hope I don't burn the pasties, the roast potatoes, and let's hope they can sing great. Everyone's going to sing great. They will, because it's Cornwall, and we've all got voices of angels in Cornwall.
At 9 o'clock, people all around Cornwall sing the county's anthem, Trelawney. It's known as a Cornish shout.
They fixed the wear when Charles Trelawney died. His 20,000 Cornish men will know the ring.
It's not just about being Cornish. Guess what? You're celebrating your local pub being open. Look at it. It's 20 past 9 on a Thursday in a pub in the middle of nowhere. It's amazing. But that's what we need. We need the locals like that to support us. And that's what we need to carry on.
For Ian, it's a brief respite to take stock of what the couple have achieved.
And we've been so busy over the last couple of weeks. The nightmare of the logistics of things, of keeping the pub open, trying to make people happy and still serve them good beer and still keep a good atmosphere, which, to be honest, has been fantastic. We've had people come in, peeking their heads round the corners and trying to see the bar. I think today was one of those days where I thought, I think it's going to be worth it. It's been really, really good.
And no one will ever move me from this land.
Village pubs like the White Hart are connecting people, reducing loneliness and keeping traditions alive. I may be able to help develop them as businesses, but it's the people that make them what they are.
For this is my Cornwall, and this is my home.
For this is my Cornwall, and this is my home. Go Jill! Go Jill!
We might have a little break now, Amy.
Yeah, break. Please, have a drink. Pasties. Oh, fuck, pasties.
In Stirlingshire's Blackpool, there's a fine line between punter and publican.
No, because you'll get covered in paint, Helen.
Since my last visit, volunteers have begun to tackle some of the long overdue decorating work.
We are a kind of wee marketing and events group, and we all quite like decorating and doing things as well, so we said we would take on doing this room. The youth club are going to use it, and the kids from the village will be welcome to come in and out and use it as they like.
While the marketing group paint the games room, the property group are also meeting.
And if we set ourselves a goal that these rooms are ready by Easter, or as many as we can are ready by Easter, that gives us a 6-week window.
With retired builders, architects and a hotel designer, they've got the expertise to begin renovating the bedrooms. Every day, a dedicated group of volunteers tackle the endless list of jobs it takes to keep a pub running. And the responsibility for making sure there's a volunteer for every job falls on Ailey's shoulders.
Hello there, mate.
Hi.
What are you up to?
I'm up to trying to sort out a rota.
I mean, you send this rota to all 250 members?
No.
Why not?
Because it doesn't go out to all the members. It's only people who have signed up.
And then you're waiting for people to tell you what they're going to do?
Yes.
For up to 3 months in advance?
Yes.
For Ailey, the Black Bull is a family affair. Husband Alan is chief minibus driver and firewood supplier. And her grandsons, twins Fraser and Ross, help out in the bar and look after the pub's website when they're back visiting their gran.
Throughout her whole life, our gran's been there, basically as another mother figure for us. I mean, she does get a little bit stuck into the pub sometimes, a bit too much, but that's just the way she is. Like, when she starts something, she wants to finish it and do it properly, so.
Loves having a project, so this came along at the perfect time.
So the one problem I've got...
For the last 2 decades, Ailey's been responsible for caring for others. Daughter Laura, who suffered with a debilitating illness for many years, tragically died when her twin sons were still very young. So Gran Ailey raised Fraser and Ross as her own.
You're a big dynamo. You're the person that's driving it. You're here a lot. I mean, your name's on that rota a lot. You're writing the rotas. What do you get out of it personally?
A lot of satisfaction. The boys have loved it. That's why they get involved. They've been here since they were little tots. So on a personal level, it really means a lot to me that this place stays. But also, now that the boys are doing their own thing, you know, I've gone from nursing somebody for 15 years, bringing up 2 kids, doing the school runs, etc. And then it's all gone and you think, what will I do now? And of course, this has come up and it's just been a turnaround for me. I have just loved it.
So this is your new caring project?
Yeah, well, I suppose it is in a way, you know, I just would hate to see it go.
Yeah. Well, it's not going.
So,
you've got it.
Yep.
Just got to make it work.
I know that.
But you're doing it. You're the beating heart of this.
Well, I hope we can... I'm hoping you coming on board will help as well.
Do you know what? Between you and me, I think it's going to be a little harder than a lot of people think it's going to be.
I think it's going to be hard, but I think it's worth it.
Good.
Absolutely think it's worth it.
I'm glad you think it is, because it is.
Ailey is an inspiring example of the drive and enthusiasm the volunteers are bringing to this enterprise. But there's a potential vulnerability here too.
I think after 6 months or a year, I think people get a bit browned off with being on call free of charge, particularly the youngsters.
We need to get the people who are helping to pace themselves. I mean, there are people in the community who are looking genuinely tired because of the amount of work they're doing here, and that's not sustainable.
Known as volunteer fatigue, most community-owned pubs guard against this pitfall by recruiting a core of paid professionals.
Well, if you can come just now, we'll see you in 10 minutes.
Today, Peter and Head of HR, Janice, are interviewing for a general manager.
All right, cheers, bye.
But the candidate is late.
You seriously recruit him after that? I mean, he's not even bothered turning up.
Recruitment in the hospitality industry is a tricky business. There's a UK-wide shortage of good hospitality staff, with many pubs and hotels reporting difficulties recruiting.
What experience have you actually had of training staff?
Out of 51 applications to the Bull, only 3 candidates have taken up the offer of an interview. It's an employees market, which is coming as a shock to Peter and Janice.
So, guys, what do we think?
Well, I did manage to put his lateness and out of the window, so that was fine.
I missed the beginning, right at the beginning. Did he give a reason?
He said on the phone that he got caught up and he was really sorry he'd not realised the time. But he did not repeat the apology.
But that said, yeah, I mean, I think he sounds like he works hard, delivers hard. Whether he is suited to this environment, not sure.
Guys, I have to point out, this is probably coming now as a really harsh reality and a strong learning curve of this industry. There are so many facets to this job. It's huge. You have to be hospitality-led. You have to be a human. You have to look after people. You have to have a caring heart and a soul. You have to change beds. You have to do... This is a massive thing here. Now, I'm telling you now, 100%, you cannot find that one person, put them in there,
hope they got everything right and walk away from it and call in here and sit the other side of the bar and have a drink with them. And I hope that's going to happen.
hate you.
Because that is never, ever going to happen. No. Unless you have to then start giving them a huge amount of support. Your skill set that each of you bring to this, you are now that support system. And you are an amazing bunch of people that have taken this on and are making it amazing. This isn't a game for people to play around with. The realities of the survival of this place is the fact that it has to be run professionally by people that tick all those boxes.
Right.
But it is magic when there's a team of people that make it work together. I think for the Black Bull, the team is the key here.
What do you think would be the challenges working with volunteers as opposed to paid staff?
And with their aspirations for the pub, experience tells me they're going to need more than just one industry professional. I opened my first pub, the Hand and Flowers, with my wife Beth in 2005. It may be a Michelin star success today, but back then it was a real struggle. We started with just 2 members of staff and paid ourselves only £150 a week. Now, across my various hospitality businesses, I employ 260 staff and a regular team of specialists for setting up new sites and refurbishments. Interior designer Eve Cullen-Corns has used her creative flair to transform the look of all my pubs.
Need a hand, mate?
Yeah.
She's also my sister-in-law.
Ooh. So these, perhaps you need to do this, Tom.
You want me to hold it? I've asked her to help Lana create that home-from-home vibe at the Golden Anchor.
You just get a load of blokes to stand here, that's what it is. So they become customers and lampshades.
I'm looking for a light grey.
Warm grey.
A warm grey, yes, that word.
These are all welcoming tones. If you look at the bottom, that pulls it through.
The dark grey that's on the wood panelling at the bottom, you keep that.
Yeah.
And then it's what goes above the next layer up.
Yeah.
So you can see where they are warm, there's a contrast to that being quite hard
Heavy
and dark.
hard.
Lana seems to be embracing my suggestions. With just £1,500 of savings to get the work completed, she and her partner Greg are getting stuck into the renovation work.
The walls are being done now. So we've got undercoat, plastering, quite a lot of work, not quite a lot of work's been going on. And we're sanding away. This bar's closed Monday to Thursday, and then we sort out and tidy up and get it ready for the weekend opening. But the big bar, which we're fortunate to have, is opened all the time.
Back at the White Hart, I've asked another of my regular contractors to lend a hand.
Hi, Tom.
Mate, how are you? You're all right? Yeah, lovely.
Jason Ball designed and fitted all my professional kitchens, and I've asked him to come up with a plan for the White Harts.
What do you make of it? All right?
Yeah, it's different.
It's different. It's small, isn't it? It's compact.
No, but it could definitely work.
So obviously, as you know, we've got to keep these costs down to a minimum. So it is all right with a bit of second-hand kit, is it?
Not a problem. The beauty of it as well is Ian's going to bring a new waste in for us, so we're going to connect, and then we can just get in here and out in a day, and we're not going to cause too much of a problem here.
You get it in and out in a day?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Bright and early and out lasting at night.
Absolutely.
As long as Amy feeds you, keeps you with tea, I was just going to say.
With the kitchen out of action and all their resources ploughed into the pub,
Stay at the floor.
there are few home comforts for Amy and Ian.
So we've got tons of boxes. There's nowhere else for them to go, you see. We're running out of space. So this is where we're eating at the moment. It's really not ideal. It's awful.
Fortunately for them, their regulars have come to their aid.
Debbie's lent us her oven and hob. Trevor's partner, Jan, made us, she made us beef stew. And that's just basically what it's all about, really. It's a community. And, yeah, I literally said, can someone feed me, please, for the week? Because feed us for a week or two, because we have limited kitchen resources. And it's just brilliant, yeah. It just makes it a little bit bearable, more bearable, really.
Up in Scotland, and work is motoring ahead.
Right then. Okay, no.
The family games room is open for use. And with tourist season fast approaching, the property group have begun the transformation of the bedrooms.
It's good fun, and I think as volunteers, I mean, I've retired a year and a half, and I've never worked so hard in my life.
Chairman Peter's also been hard at work.
We've landed an amazing contract. There's groups between 12 and 15 Americans coming across. And what they're going to come and do is come for coffee in the morning. We'll get the fire on some scones. And then they just want to wander through the village and just see what it's like to be in a Scottish village. From our point of view, it's great news, because to get 2 groups of these a week from right through the summer season is brilliant.
And there's news on the recruitment drive too.
I'm just doing a wee email to update Tom, since he was last up and doing the interviews. The good news is we have actually managed to recruit a couple. I think they'll be absolutely perfect for what we have here in the village.
Do you see Christian or just walk in?
Manager Lisa and Chef Chris are starting in their full-time positions at the Black Bull, and it's a fond farewell to agency chef Johnny.
You have Chris here now, my darling, so you need to make sure that you guys keep the love like you had it for me. You keep doing the same thing, keep smiling.
Look, I've got a tear running down my nose.
I wish you all the best, Chris. Very nice, very pleased to meet you, mate. I wish you all the best, yeah. And don't you worry, you're gonna be safe with them. They're good people, Chris. Otherwise, I wouldn't have ended up spending here almost 7 months.
Things are also looking up at the Prince Albert.
The only other thing we've got storage-wise is a little storage shed up there.
Mind if I just do a route through?
No, go for it.
The property team from their pub company are paying a visit to discuss improvements.
We could cut the carpet back all the way there, replace all of this, and have this as wooden floor the same as there.
Well, that's probably a better solution. If ultimately carpet is better for you in terms of the acoustics.
Now, they're very much, oh, right, OK, well, yes, you could have a new floor put here, and we could put a new window in there. They want to get a feel for the place, and they want to see how they can help.
But that's where the good news ends.
China has announced a sharp rise in the number of people killed by the coronavirus. Health officials are also attempting to trace anyone who might have been in contact with the 9th person who's been diagnosed with the virus here in the UK.
Well, I don't normally anti-back the taps. Normally think they're clean enough, but anything people are touching, I think it's probably a good idea to give it a little thing.
In a cruel twist of fate, just as our hard work seems to be paying off in all 4 pubs, news is building of a global crisis which could shake the industry to its core.
Coronavirus is now spreading faster outside China than within, says the World Health Organization.
We did have the hot water turned off in here, but we turned it back on so people can have hot water to wash their hands with.
Last week we had 2 gigs, Biscuit Ahead, the Biscuit Badgers and the Magpies. That was the last 2 gigs that we're going to have here for the foreseeable future. Everything is either cancelled or postponed. We had some artists that were coming from Holland, a guy from Germany, France. It's just mind-boggling how quickly it's happened. But it's not just us. It's going to cripple the hospitality industry. It's going to... Pubs, what's going to happen?
80% of Brits say coronavirus won't put them off pub visits. That's good. Did you hear that, Trev?
What's that?
Survey, 80% of people says it won't put them off coronavirus. Yeah. Won't put them off coming to the pub.
Obviously, the coronavirus has come is basically in the middle of what we're doing, or towards the end. But the timing, I don't think could be any worse, to be fair. It's just great. I mean, the thing I'm worried about is if me or Amy gets it, we can't really isolate ourselves at home because this is our home. So what do? Do we shut the pub down for 2 weeks? You know, and follow the guidelines, or do we just stay upstairs and isolate upstairs? But I just don't know.
3 more cases of coronavirus are confirmed in the UK as global markets plunge amid fears of a pandemic.
Is it today? Oh, we got a dead body.
Scottish Government are saying over 70s are to like self-isolate. I was like, well, who's going to run the pub? Because most of our volunteers are over 70. Bailey, would you self-isolate for like months and months now you've passed the big 10?
If I've got to, I've got to, but...
You wouldn't want to, would you?
No! I'm saying I would kill Alan if I had to be stuck in the house for a month with him. Someone would be murdered, it would be him.
Everything's looking as if it's sort of closing in. I think that's now America have shut the doors. The potential we had for the Americans was going to be 25,000 over the year, which obviously is a big sum of money. It's tough and it's worrying, especially at this time for us when we're just about to get the rooms up and running. Just taking on new staff, you think, oh, couldn't have happened at a worse time.
With the government recommending we avoid large gatherings, footfall into pubs, restaurants and hotels nosedives. Premises, mine included, are almost deserted. The industry we love and rely on for our livelihoods is shutting down before our eyes.
Just spent the last 5 months trying to help all of these 4 pubs, and now I'm exactly the same as them. None of us have got any customers.
Dear Sir or Madam, the coronavirus has brought significant challenges to many small businesses across the world. Over the past weeks, the Golden Anchor in particular has seen our customer numbers fall to levels of 1 person in a day or none. As you are no doubt aware, the government's latest advice suggests that the public avoids pubs, clubs and restaurants. So ask if you will please bear with us during this difficult period. Thanking you in advance.
Next time, the grim reality hits.
We've got somebody on Rodbury Hill with COVID-19.
We are collectively telling cafes, pubs, bars and restaurants to close.
Can we support our communities during lockdown?
Who knows how bad it's going to be over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, but at least we know we can get food out and care for people.
My role has definitely changed to giving people these essential items that they need to survive.
Insurance company.
We can't give up yet. No way. It's too early in the game.
And can our businesses survive the pandemic?
What the actual fuck are we supposed to do now?
I'm Tom Kerridge, landlord of 3 pubs reshaping what a 21st century local can be. But the industry I know and love is in deep trouble. 13,000 pubs have closed since the turn of the millennium. So late last year, I decided to lend my support to pubs in peril, witnessing firsthand why they're in decline.
2 hours, twice a week, this room's busy.
Yes, for sure.
The pressure publicans are under
We've sacrificed our relationship for this pub.
to help save these last chance saloons.
What do you want to do, give it away and earn nothing?
In the Prince Albert of Stroud, tenant landlords Lottie and Miles were close to calling last orders.
We have no pension, don't own property, we have nothing.
selling beer to loyal locals wasn't enough to keep their pub afloat. So I was trying to convince them to find new ways to make money.
Could you imagine how busy you could be every summer night if you're the place for pizzas?
It cost us investment to be able to do that, though, as well, wouldn't it?
In Stirlingshire, a village which had clubbed together to buy their threatened pub was staffing it with a dedicated team of volunteers.
Oh, you work tomorrow night, eh?
Worried they'd struggle to sustain their community-owned pub without paid professionals, I was delivering some hard truths about their business model.
The realities of the survival of this place is the fact that it has to be run by people that tick all those boxes.
In South London, leaseholder Lana had fallen out of love with the once vibrant Golden Anchor.
They told me you have to work every day and you can't pay your bills. It is bad.
Much-needed modernisation was underway in a bid to get more punters through the door and reignite Lana's passion for the industry.
The pub industry has moved on 20 years from when you first entered it. You've got to play a massive game of catch-up.
And in Cornwall, Amy and Ian were scraping a living from their free house, the White Hart, despite being cherished by the community.
We take £75 a week each. We haven't made any money.
Remodelling the bar to take in the amazing views seemed like a great idea at the time. But little did we know.
3 more cases of coronavirus are confirmed in the UK.
That every pub in Britain, mine included, would find itself in a fight for survival.
Just spent the last 5 months trying to help all of these 4 pubs, and now I'm exactly the same as them. None of us have got any customers.
Now is the time for everyone to avoid pubs, clubs, and other such social venues.
The spread of coronavirus is having a shattering effect on our industry. The hospitality sector accounts for nearly 10% of UK employment. Thousands of businesses and millions of livelihoods are on the line.
We've been told as a nation to not go out to pubs and clubs and bars and restaurants, but the pubs, clubs, bars and restaurants are still open. What's that supposed to mean? As somebody who's in the industry that owns pubs and restaurants, I don't know what message that is. I've tweeted, what the actual fuck are we supposed to do now, Boris Johnson? As an industry, you're telling people not to come and eat with us or come and drink with us, but you're telling us that we're still open. It's so confusing. I don't know what to do.
Being forced to shut would at least allow us to try to claim on insurance. But until that happens, staying open is our only way of making any money. In the tiny Cornish village of Chilsworthy, the 300-year-old White Hart is painfully quiet.
Yeah. We've got a jar there. You're not allowed to say the C word. It's for Cornwall Air Ambulance.
One said it quite a lot then, they got a pound there.
No, that was me. I put that in for Amy.
As owners of a free house, Amy and Ian have been using savings and loans to transform their remote, locals-only boozer in an attempt to put it on the map.
It's spent thousands. We'd never, ever, ever have done that.
No.
If we'd have known this was going to happen.
No.
It's out of our control, but just having to, even the thought of laying off staff who have got family.
It's just
awful.
awful.
I've got to cry now. Stop. Stop.
The only customers in the White Hart today are a few loyal village regulars.
No, that's all right.
No, you're OK. How things?
Hound dog?
But with the coronavirus headline news, alarm bells are ringing for former health worker Amy.
So if you want takeouts of beer...
But it's a social thing, isn't it?
It is a social thing.
This is the first time he's been out since we came out last week.
As soon as they walked in, I thought, oh my God, I can't believe they've come out. I mean, yeah, he's massively at risk. He's been really, really poorly. He's elderly. And he still wants to come to the pub for a pint. And it's not just because he wants to come in for a beer. It's because they come in for a social experience. People say it's selfish for us to be open, but You know, is it that selfish? It's a really, really difficult situation to be in.
In the Trossachs National Park in Scotland, the community-owned Black Bull was banking on the tourist season to boost its coffers.
That's our first guest. He's a bit large, but we managed to fit him in. Just.
Volunteers have spent months working tirelessly to add accommodation to the pub's offering. But the new uncertainty is proving crippling for Janice and Ailey of the management committee.
We'd hoped once the rooms were up and running that would start bringing in more money. You feel as if you're in a wee bubble and just waiting on something to happen. Do we close? Have over 70s to self-isolate? It's just every day, you know, you're sitting in a wee bubble waiting on the next step. And who knows what that's going to bring tomorrow.
The Prince Albert in Stroud is owned by a pub company. But selling beer to an empty bar could make paying them rent harder than ever for tenant landlords Miles and Lottie.
At the moment, we've got beer in here that if we don't sell it, somebody will have to drink it. God knows who. So hopefully we'll sell it tonight, but any other beer, the beer down here, Bristol Beer Factory that came this morning, they're not brewing anymore, so I imagine that's going to be a vintage item.
As publicans, we're used to facing financial battles. But these uncharted waters are presenting us with moral dilemmas too.
We've got somebody on Rodborough Hill with COVID-19.
Right.
It's not someone who comes in the pub.
OK.
But it's someone on Rodborough Hill, and a whole family are confirmed. And I feel that that's quite important for us to know.
What, you're saying that maybe we should shut down without the government telling us to shut down and say, well, we're not
I'm
trading?
saying that I feel really a bit icky about opening now having been told. If we are open, we are encouraging people to gather in a space close to a confirmed outbreak.
We also have 56 gallons of beer in there.
I don't give a fuck about that. That's irrelevant.
There's a handful of pubs that have closed down already through choice. I want to keep trading as long as we can.
Yeah, but just because we've got beer in there?
No, not just because we've got beer in there, because we have a moral, you know...
A moral responsibility. We've got a moral responsibility, as far as I'm concerned, to not be open if we know. If I didn't know, that'd be different. But I know, I now know, and you now know, so the way we deal with that.
Well, for now, I think we open.
For over 20 years, the lease of the Golden Anchor in Nunhead, South London, has been held by Lana. I've been encouraging her and electrician husband Greg to modernise their struggling pub to draw in new customers. But now, even their regulars have stopped coming.
For the last 3 days, we've made £140. And that would be bad for just one day anyways, but for 3 days, it's a nonsense, you know?
As a leaseholder, Lana owns the business but not the property. In that respect, the Golden Anchor is no different from a high street shop or cafe.
If we had to close, as the days go by, that's what you feel like it's going to happen. Greg works, and as long as he can work, then we'll have some sort of income. So we have an income of some sort. We've got this. If we have to sell it, it'll be worth a bit more than it was before. The lease will be worth more. And, you know, I'll go away and I'll never do a job like this again. I won't.
I just wish I'd get on with it. It's just blabbing. It's just saying the same crap.
Stuck between our businesses collapsing and a public health crisis, all of us in the hospitality industry are waiting for concrete guidance from government.
We are collectively telling cafes, pubs, bars and restaurants to close tonight and not to open tomorrow. They can
How long have they said to close for?
It's going to review it every month.
Every month?
Cafes, clubs, theatres, leisure centres are closed. We'll still be able to do takeaways.
At last orders today, the pub, one of the UK's defining institutions, is being mothballed indefinitely.
We've worked so hard to make this place amazing.
And it's just gone.
For landlords, staff, volunteers, and the pub-loving general public, the future looks bleak.
This locking up was a different locking up. It was like a goodbye locking up.
The whole country is in lockdown. My own pubs, those I've been helping, and more than 47,000 others are shut. With strict travel bans in place,
Right, where shall I go?
I'm asking the 4 pubs to keep in touch.
Are you seeing anything?
Yeah, go on, spin us around.
And to film themselves.
Hey, right, filming.
As together, we try to navigate our way through this crisis.
I think we're getting the hang of this now.
This is the Hand of Flowers. It's normally buzzy, busy, and now it's like a balloon that's just been popped. There's nothing. It's really sad, and it's also very, very frightening. It's really frightening. I opened this when I was 31 years old. I honestly don't know if I have the energy to do it all again.
This is my barricade. Just in case anyone did break in, it would make a noise. Look at our business. Just never imagined that it could affect us so quickly. Everything just seems so much more serious. Every day it seems much more serious. I don't know. I don't know how much more I can do. I don't even know how much more I really want to do.
Many of us are having to schedule trips to check in on our dormant businesses. But not Miles and Lottie, who live in the Prince Albert with their family.
I still say to Lottie upstairs, "Oh, right, I'm off to the pub." And I come down and I get myself a pint. I'm just going to run out soon. And yeah, there's no one here. I've got you to talk to. But yeah, I'm still kind of in that routine of 4 or 5 o'clock. Right, I'm going to go out for a couple of pints and still keep some form of normality. Just to stop worrying when the beer runs out.
With no customers apart from me and Amy.
Amy and Ian also live above their pub.
And if anybody says that, that's great to be in a pub on lockdown, believe me, it's not. It's the worst place that you could possibly be because you've got no customers.
In Scotland, Ailey's facing the opposite problem.
Your fire's going nice.
After volunteering almost full-time at the Black Bull since the locals came together to buy it over a year ago, she's now stuck at home.
I've gone from busy life, doing cash and carry orders, working in the bar, doing restaurant duties, to all of a sudden nothing. It's a big change for me being back in the house. As the Black Bull kind of filled up a bit in my life that was maybe missing.
2 weeks into lockdown, and the government is offering grants and loans to prop up our industry. But for many publicans, there's a growing fear this won't be enough.
I think initially it was like people were scared for their health. But what's the point in having a business if you can't do business, but you have all the bills? The longer I'm away from work at the pub, the more I'm getting done here at home, and the more I see how we seem to have neglected the house for work, and the absolute less I want to go back to the pub.
In an industry already on its knees, I worry that thousands of publicans could throw in the towel for good. To get a grip on the true scale of the problem, I'm contacting the British Beer and Pub Association, who help lobby the government in support of British pubs.
Hello there, Emma.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Emma McClarkin is their chief executive.
Look, the pub sector has been struggling for the last 20 years. But how many closures do you think will happen because of this crisis?
I think if we are not open before the end of September, we could lose 40% of our businesses. Yeah, these are businesses that operate on very small margins, and the cash flow situation would have already taken some of those pubs. Unfortunately, they will have already closed, and they would have probably already closed for good. The reality is this is a challenge like we've never faced before for the sector, and how we come out the other side of this can be completely dependent on the level of support that we get from the government.
Right now, you are in the process of talking to top and leading people within the pub industry, but also into the heart of government.
Yeah, we need to emphasise to the government now, if you want to have the Great British Pub experience there, if you want to have the jobs that we create, then we're going to need your support now.
One of my biggest concerns when lockdown began was being able to pay my staff. So I'm relieved a furlough scheme has been introduced. But other outgoings like rent and loan repayments are still a massive worry for most publicans.
Here we go. Here's one of the little Jacob's lambs, only hours old.
An exception is at the community-owned pub, the Black Bull.
To a certain extent, I think we're lucky in the fact that we don't have a mortgage to pay on the property, but we were really focusing on getting like the rooms up and running for the summer to actually get some income again, because once we've done the rooms, we're pretty much down to not much in the bank.
But work on the rooms has had to stop. Now, the only major outgoings are wages for the pub's new chef and manager. Hired just days before lockdown, they don't qualify for furlough.
The Black Bull, all shut up, but what is this on the door? How about that? A daily special at £5.
Peter and the board have asked the chef and manager to start a takeaway service for the community, including discounted meals for those in need.
I think that's the advantage. We don't have debt to pay back on. We really just need to break even. Because who knows how bad it's going to be over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, but at least we know we can get food out and care for people, whether that is just a good bowl of soup or whether it's something a lot more exotic. Fancy bowl of soup, we'll see. Sandy, have you used the carry-out service?
We have, yes. Susan and I have been dining almost exclusively from the Black Bull carry-out service. It's been fantastic.
So you're glad the village owns the pub, now you can have your carry-out meals?
You can have your cake and eat it.
Cake and
yes,
eat
absolutely.
It.
Tonight, Captain Tom has now raised more than £20 million. The money is for NHS Charities Together.
Across the country, a growing number of pubs are doing everything they can to help out during this pandemic. With a number of my own staff, I'm joining the movement with a charity I'm calling Meals from Marlow.
We've raised so much money. It's been absolutely fantastic. The amount of money that's come and been donated is just stunning.
Here, my furloughed employees are volunteering to make over 1,000 meals a day for NHS staff, key workers and vulnerable people, using food donated by many of my normal suppliers.
It's things like this that I can't get my head around. A lot of these chefs work in 1 or 2 Michelin-star environments. George, have you ever worked anywhere like this or done anything like this before in your life?
No, Chef, not in these quantities either.
But how does it make you feel doing something like this?
Very good knowing that you're doing something good for people who need it, Chef.
Our skill set, we're not doctors or nurses, but we can cook. So if we can cook great food, make sure that people are getting, something warm, something hearty, something healthy, that keeps them going on the front line, it's something that I'm so pleased. Honestly, it's enough to make me cry.
Amy and Ian are also doing takeaway meals, but the real benefit for their locals has come from the pub shop that they opened less than a year ago.
So we've sort of cleared a lot of the shop. We went and brought some more stock, like coffee, biscuits. We've got kitchen roll down there. That's not in the supermarkets. You know, we've got tin tomatoes. You can't get tin tomatoes in the shops around here at the moment. I mean, we're not making much money from it, but it's doing something for people in the community, which is a necessity at the minute. My role has definitely changed since all this happened. I've changed from just a landlady to, giving people these essential items that they need to survive.
Now, on top of everything else, Amy's considering answering the call for former health workers to join the NHS. But with Ian still working as a gas engineer to help pay their debts, there'd be no one to make the meals or run the shop.
There's a role on the wards in Cornwall community hospitals because so many people are going sick because of obviously the virus.
Don't you think doing meals for the local community is better? So if you've got a local...
Oh, so you want me to stand here?
No, I don't.
When I could be in a hospital, helping thousands and thousands and thousands of people.
I can see your point, but...
I'd rather do this now because it's not only helping the bigger of the country, but it's also putting money in the bank.
I agree with that, yeah.
Deciding to completely shut the last community space in the village is proving a tough decision.
Amy and Ian, how are you?
So the couple have asked for my advice.
Considering the circumstances?
Yeah, well, this really does sum up the massive dilemma that so many are under. Ian, you need to go and earn money because you run your own business. And Amy, volunteering to go to the NHS, that shows what a very special person you are. But do you not think doing food deliveries, taking the food that you've got, that you're pretty much making no money on, you're delivering at cost price, to people that are self-isolating, people that are elderly that can't get out, people that are disabled? If you went and worked for the NHS, who else is going to provide that service that you're now providing? Which, if they don't get that, does that make a difference to them?
I know.
Well, it's true. It's true.
I just feel like I need to help everybody. And I don't know. I just think, well, I've worked in healthcare before. Well, let's just go and help. Because you said yes, and then you went, oh, no, you can't.
No, because you started giving food and the shop started to go and where were those 23 people tonight go and get some food from?
But Amy, remember, we went on this journey together, right? Before this horrific, horrible health situation, this pandemic, to help build your business. There would be no point in doing what you're doing to then not be able to sustain your business and that being closed by the end of August because you can't sustain it because you haven't concentrated on it. What does your community nearest to you need you to do the most?
We must stay alert. We must continue to control the virus and save lives.
While our closed pubs act as a harsh reminder of happier days, there is one positive. Forced to put the frantic daily routine on hold, now's the perfect opportunity to take stock, assess our businesses, and press the reset button if need be.
I have 3 pubs. 2 are closed. 1 is open. But 1 is not open as a pub. So I have a pub called the Butcher's Tap that's a crossover between a butcher's and a pub. So obviously the booze side we're not doing. But the butcher's side, the shop side, is still open and doing a good trade. Andy the butcher. Hello, Andy. Say hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Look at me now. I've got a camera lit. This actually used to be tables and chairs where it was a pub. And here as well. See, we got these great big fridges now. Put a couple of drawings on. Look, oh, that's a bowl of chickeny things. And in it, frozen pies. We've also set up a little bit of an off license.
I've always argued for trying to find new ways of making pubs profitable. Now, more than ever, I stand by this idea.
If you've got a diversified pub, somewhere that's been able to do something as a business, it gives it another opportunity to survive. So if all pubs were more than just drinking holes, they'd be in a stronger position, I think.
As I start to think of the future, I need to be sure that the other pubs are doing the same. For nearly 20 years, the mainstay of the Prince Albert has been its regular gig nights. Under the terms of their tenancy, Miles and Lottie have to buy all their beer through the pub company at higher prices than on the open market. So cramming in the punters seemed the only way to pay the bills. But being able to stage live music again is a distant prospect.
Wow, what is that?
The couple urgently need to find another source of income.
Ooh, that is enormous. What is it?
Let me show you.
It's not flowers.
No, it's not flowers.
Oh, not flowers. Is that a puppy? Oh, it's not a puppy.
It's not a puppy.
It's not a puppy. Wow.
It's a double pizza oven.
Wow, look at that.
And what we're going to do this afternoon is trial some pizzas. We're going to make some pizzas. It's come with a fridge and a freezer as well.
We've got ingredients, have we?
All the ingredients, the pizza bases, the sauces, the toppings. We're going to try it out and we're going to make you all some pizzas this afternoon.
Gluten-free?
There are gluten-free options as well.
Wicked.
Before lockdown, I encouraged Miles and Lottie to talk to their pub company, Punch, about selling pizzas to boost the meagre profits they made on beer.
I got a margarita here, and this one is called the Spaniard. So it's got a different sort of cheese on.
In their hour of need, Punch has sent them everything required to trial a takeaway service whilst the pub is shut.
We did a sample run to test the product and we thought it was pretty good. So people are sending in orders to us on Facebook and I write them down here. So there we go. So we've got Mackie for Friday night.
Pub companies own 14,000 of the UK's pubs. Often viewed by tenants as the enemy, their business model depends on landlords making enough to pay the rent. I've convinced Miles and Lottie the current situation makes it an ideal time to draft a new business plan and seek improved terms under their tenancy agreement.
Oh, that's good there. Good to see you.
The upside of COVID-19 is that I think you are in a stronger negotiating position than we were pre-COVID-19. So you're asking here, what you're asking for is a lot. And I know you laughed there, Lottie, right? There is nothing wrong with asking for it.
I thought we were going to get negotiated down.
But also, no, it's
so
honest.
if I ask for a great deal, then there's room for manoeuvre there, isn't there?
But it's not just that, it's honest. You know, if we got all of that, then fantastic. It's not, we haven't put things in going, we don't really want them. We do actually want all of that. So we're saying what we want, and then for the pubco to say what they want too.
All right. So your request to Punch to remain on a 3-year rolling tenancy, okay? Request that the restrictions that apply to the current tie are amended, and request a free of tie arrangement for 5 car scales.
Who's laughing? I'm not
I was going to say all of them, but
and all ciders, right?
Yeah.
Ask. Any kitchen equipment to be provided. I think that's a good call. It's not going to cost a great deal. I think they'll be supportive of that. And I tell you why, you're not getting somebody else in to do it. You're going to go, listen, if I've got to work 100 hours a week to make this work, I am going to do it. That will make them go, okay, they're not just investing in a building that you're going to get somebody, they're investing in you too, who are so valuable. They are seeing the individual and they're going to invest that money in you. And that's really important. And right now, good operators, people that care, love, and really want to be in this industry, in this business, are the most valuable people around.
10 weeks after lockdown began, and we're getting hints of a potential date for pubs to reopen.
Is there a company? What sort of cost it going to be to get? I don't know.
And I'm not alone in gearing up for what might come.
Probably a lot of pubs throughout the UK are looking like this at the minute, with people doing building work and painting and decorating.
Right, so where do they start?
Normally, they go like...
Because I could do that, couldn't I?
Amy decided not to join the NHS, concentrating instead on the pub shop and takeaway service.
Hi Mark, how you doing?
They've given the White Hart a life unimaginable at the beginning of lockdown.
There's people coming in, they're using us when they never even used us before.
She's now hiring staff to come back to the pub.
We had a good chat with Emily yesterday. The shop needs more input, it needs more upselling. We've got Kieran in the kitchen, we're going to offer him an apprenticeship. And that's crazy, we're closed and we're offering the chef an apprenticeship.
At the Black Bull, meals for the community are still doing well, and work on the new bedrooms has resumed in the hope that they'll be ready for the tail end of the holiday season.
It is great being back. All the work's going ahead, getting bedrooms all sorted. Had lots of volunteers for that, so that's good. The board have all been working really hard, to try and keep everything going, which I think is remarkable.
Miles and Lottie, now in regular discussions with their pub company, are preparing a list of urgent maintenance work to present with their new business plan.
We've got the wooden windows that need replacing, we've got the wooden frame outside, we've got the floor downstairs in the pub.
They've also been getting on top of things, smartening up the Albert themselves.
This side is going to be blue. It's all a bit chaotic, but looking good.
3 of the 4 pubs I was trying to help before the pandemic have been fighting to stay in the hearts and minds of their locals. But one pub has remained firmly shut.
So Lana at the Golden Anchor, we were so close to relaunching that pub. My sister-in-law was there ready with the refurb. There was so many, we were so close to a new energy boost.
When I first went to the Golden Anchor, it was tired looking and reliant on a dwindling number of regulars. Lana's enthusiasm for the business was running dry.
We should have money. It's not like, oh, we've got like a 10,000 VAT bill. What are you working for?
To help reignite Lana's passion, I tasked my chief designer Eve with bringing the pub up to date.
So I was thinking, Lana, if we sort of use this hot colours.
For the chairs?
Yeah.
But when the pandemic hit, Lana distanced herself from work for the first time in over 20 years. And I've hardly heard from her since. Today, with travel restrictions lifted, I'm sending Eve with a van load of upcycled furniture to deliver on our promise and fit out the pub. But I've no idea what she might find.
Wow. Oh, man, that's great.
What do you think of it?
Beautiful.
You know
Love it.
It's a massive relief. After stepping away and recharging their batteries, Lana and Greg have been back with a team of friends, cleaning and painting throughout, as well as increasing floor space by building a brand new panelled bar.
Absolutely love it. It's fabulous. It's given a lot more space, more life. The whole place has got a lovely, lovely ambience now. Hey, Andy. Hey, Dan.
you all right?
How are you?
How are you?
All right.
In March, I just was full of despair. I wanted to keep trying to make the pub work, but I was tired and I'd had enough. Now, I just love the way the pub looks and what we've been doing. I'm really grateful for the people that have helped Greg as well, because they want the pub to be open and they want to come to the pub. And I didn't realise that, Eve. I don't think I really appreciated how many people want to be here. I didn't see those. Oh my gosh! Well, I want to open up now.
Yeah, man.
And I want to spread it as well. Both bars have got to get some of this.
Eve's designed vision and Lana's newfound enthusiasm will give this place a better chance than ever to relaunch when we're finally allowed to reopen.
We've now got to a point where everything has come in. How are you ready with the new journey of the Golden Anchor?
Being in lockdown for so long has made me, for sure, appreciate the need for the pub. Like during lockdown, we might go to a garden centre or a DIY shop, and I've met customers, and they're saying, "Oh, do you know when you're going to open back up?" And "Oh, I miss this. You know, I might miss the soup, or I miss my jerk," and things like that. And it's like they can do all those things at home, but it's not the same. And we're providing a vital service. The pubs do.
Yeah.
They actually do, and I realise that now. I just feel like, yeah, I'm ready to go. I want to do it.
Yeah.
I want to do it again.
Three months after closing our pub doors, we're finally given a date to look forward to.
Well, from the 4th of July, people in England will be able to go out and socialise in pubs and restaurants, as well as staying...
Government support, including furlough schemes, grants and bounce-back loans, have helped many of Britain's pubs to be in a position to reopen. But the virus will have long-term effects on our industry. To understand what they might be, I'm contacting Jonathan Downey from Hospitality Union.
Hey, Jonathan, how are you, mate?
Set up at the start of lockdown, this group is working to help save the nation's pubs, clubs and restaurants.
What do you see the future looking like? I mean, I'm talking like it's positivity here, but you're still talking about there's going to still be a lot of closures and a lot of places that aren't going to survive. But for everybody else that we're managing to have a go at restarting, how does it look?
Well, there'll be fewer choices for consumers, so maybe that helps the ones that have survived. There'll be fewer jobs around, so maybe the people working in industries that really want to be there and aren't just doing a job they don't want to do. There will have had to have been some kind of new arrangement on rents, because we can't be paying the rents we've been paying the last few years. There will have had to have been some help from government with a VAT reduction.
Do you think that's something that may well happen?
Yeah, I think this is the best chance we've had in the last 10 years to level the playing field between pubs and restaurants and like the supermarkets sector selling VAT-free. We've had some great help from government. We need to see that continue. We need to adapt and adjust to the new future that's coming.
How do you think the future is going to look? What's your vision of it?
Well, hopefully we've got a widely available vaccine and we're all back to normal, but I don't know, there's a 50-50 chance of that. But I think fundamentally, we're going to have to rely on individuals to make their own choices about what risks they're prepared to take for their lifestyle. Pubs especially are so vital to our national identity and cohesion. They've endured for centuries and they will endure. Although I think half of businesses may still fail by the end of this year, it won't be half of pubs.
Whatever the long-term future holds, right now I'm weighing up how to open my pub safely on the 4th of July. I've decided the Butcher's Tap will stay just a Butcher's, while at the tightly packed coach, I'm taking out bar stools to create more space. But my top priority is my flagship pub, the Hand and Flowers. Making this safe has required a much grander solution.
The Hand and Flowers garden, we're calling it, and we've filled it with flowers, and we've moved the bar into the tent. So what happens now is they arrive, they might go straight to their table, or if they'd like a drink beforehand, we take them into the garden tent. And at the same point as well, we've altered the inside of the building. We've moved tables around, we've put seating that acts as screening. It's a little bit more complicated to work because it's slightly removed, it's slightly off-site. But it does mean that we can still look after that full guest experience, which is really important to us.
With my preparations well underway and so many changes in the other 4 pubs, I'm itching to see how they're gearing up to reopen.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Tom. Right.
Before lockdown, Amy and Ian decided to knock through their bar and dining area to make the most of the amazing view without losing the atmosphere of this old village boozer.
Look at this. It looks amazing. Look, how do you feel? Because I know you were a little bit dubious at first, weren't you?
It's got a nice feel about it. It really, really has. We've just decluttered everything as well. I don't know if you can remember, there was lots of stuff everywhere. It just looks kind of nice and neat, but still nice.
I tell you what, it's got that cross now between feeling really homely, lovely, individual, owned by landlords, OK, that's a fantastic, but at the same point, professional. Did you think at any point it was a wrong decision?
Financially, yes, massively. Because when you look at our bank balance and it was like, oh my God, we've got no money.
It was scary. And it still is obviously scary times. But spending that much money and still spending money now is scary when there's none coming in, really. But we've got to look at the future, because this is going to be here. We've done something that's going to be here forever, so.
You've done an amazing job. You can get more people in here, sat all around the bar. And if you get the welcome right and you tick all the boxes about health and safety and everything now and just go above everything, above and beyond, with that view, that's going to make this a really successful boozer. I mean, what plans have you guys got for reopening?
Well, we were going to go plastic screens, face masks. I didn't want to go around the route of putting stickers on the pub and making it just look like Tesco's, but we're still going to be safe.
Now, you are talking about social distancing.
Yes.
OK, in the pub. I fear that as an industry, we're going to overthink. We operate as a collective of human beings. We like being connected with each other. We like communicating. I'll let you into a thing that we're doing, OK? The term social distance is being cut from our vocabulary. We practice physical distancing, but we are socially close. In Stroud, Miles and Lottie can no longer depend on gig nights to make a living.
Hi,
Hello,
Tom.
mate. How are you? You all right?
All right, good.
How's Chef getting on?
Yeah, he's all right. He's had a few orders tonight. He's just got a couple that he's doing.
They're working hard to kickstart their new business model.
Oh, it smells good in here.
Yeah. The taste of Italy.
So when we first met, what was that? Must have been about 8 months ago.
Yeah.
I never imagined I'd see this.
No, I didn't imagine you would either, but I really would imagine myself doing gigs and doing rock and roll rather than making pizzas, but this is the new rock and roll.
Well, I think you're doing an amazing job, mate.
Since we last spoke, there's been a lot of negotiating between Miles and Lottie and their pub company.
It's a bit of a mess, mind the cables.
And except for a few minor points, they've now agreed headline terms.
Tell me about it. Where have we got to?
If you remember, we put together a business plan. It was a bit of a wish list, really, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I've got to be honest. There was a lot of asks in there, but how have they come back?
Yeah, well, we were asking for 5 free of tie pumps, for instance. They've agreed to 2.
Okay.
We were looking at 3 free of tie beer festivals every year. Again, knocked back to 2. Also, the beer free of tie ones. We've extended from a 30-mile radius to a 50-mile radius.
Well, that sounds fantastic about the beers. I mean, it really does sound like they're putting their arms around you a little bit and being supportive and have listened, which is great.
Yeah.
Anything else?
They have offered to do the kitchen, which is something that we wanted. Proper floor, tiled, hot water.
And maybe getting something better on the pizza oven side, you know, because we've got that little one we started off with during lockdown where we started doing a few pizzas. Now, something a little bit more professional, maybe.
I mean, that's brilliant, like, pub company investment.
Yeah.
And it's because they just don't throw that at every pub.
No.
They throw that because they've got to know you. They go, do you know what? These guys are good. They're investable in. We believe in them. They will do a really good job at having a go at getting return on investment. And now you've also got a route in and a conversation with the pub company. And that is the way forward. That will help you grow as a business.
In Scotland, volunteers have been racing to prepare the Black Bull for the later reopening date of the 15th, and they're nearly there. What had been a tired building, housing a worn-out bar and restaurant downstairs and 6 unused rooms upstairs, has been transformed. Local designers, plumbers, builders and painters have donated their time to give the outside a complete facelift.
I've not been able to do this before.
Install wheelchair access to an opened-up bar.
It's absolutely extraordinary.
And fit out 6 luxurious bedrooms. It's now a holiday destination, as well as a community hub for the village.
Guys, I've got to say, I've been absolutely blown away by what you've achieved here in the period of lockdown. Has been incredible. I mean, the pub looks beautiful. From my point of view, I want to say a huge thank you, because I've been around pubs for a long, long, long time, but I've never come across a community-run one. And what you guys have done, you as a collective board, I think is fantastic. Working 50-hour weeks or more in a space that you don't even own, that you don't get a single penny out of, I think is amazing. There are a couple of words of caution. Your workforce, the amount of hours that you're talking about, how many they've done, that love is not infinite. Now, we are also going to have to make this work as a business.
So how much would you prepare to bet that we'll be here in 5 years' time? Oh.
I would be 90% certain that the pub's here.
Right.
Will it be here in the same model with the same people sat here having these discussions? Actually, do you know what? I'd hope not. Not unless you wanted to. Do you know what? I think your work. Yeah.
You need new ideas and refreshing all the time. Absolutely.
In 5 years' time, I'll be ready, but not in my box.
Listen, in the next few months, undoubtedly, more and more pubs are going to close. You, as a model, are something that many communities can be looking at of how to save their pubs. Yes. People will be looking at you as beacons of light. They will be. They will be looking at you as people are trailblazers. They will be looking at you for advice.
That's quite prescient, because we actually have had a request in from another potential pub. It's quite amazing, the questions they had. It mirrored what our first questions were. It's quite incredible. So it was almost like reading off a script from what we had at the beginning. So.
And you're just further down the line than them. You're
and that's all we are. We're one step ahead, basically.
Yeah, you're ahead of the curve.
People in England can visit a pub or a restaurant again after a major relaxation of coronavirus lockdown restrictions.
It's a landmark date for our industry.
How are we doing, chaps? We all right?
After 106 days closed, we can finally welcome back the public and try to breathe life into our precious pubs.
No worries, nice to see you.
Despite new guidelines for social distancing, sanitising and track and trace, the Hand of Flowers has got bookings, so I'm not too worried about my first few days. But most landlords don't have this luxury and don't yet know whether they'll have any customers.
And are the ashtrays down the bottom and outside? They're not.
2 downstairs. The main most of them are outside.
All the lights are on that need to be on. I'll put the Jack Daniels light on, and I can't find cocktail sticks.
Right, beer towels. We're having beer towels? No. Yes, no?
Oh, well, I've got too many stools. Look at all these. These are all surplus to requirement. I've got half the amount of people in here. I've got nowhere to put them.
It's 15 minutes for opening. The rules are just there before they come in. You walk into this way. We've got sanitiser by the gents, so please sanitise before and after.
OK, it's just we're quite full for tonight as it's opening night. Thank you. We'll see you later. We've gone down the route of the table reservations because we feel we owe it to our customers to be able to definitely get a table when they come up here. If we just had people queuing up outside, it not only cause a bit of a crowd, and people need to know they can get in. Good afternoon, Prince Albert.
It's funny, isn't it? I've spent the last 15 years opening a pub every day. Yeah. Except today seems more special and more kind of... Ah!
You're excited because you're going to open, but it's the unknown. No one knows what's going to happen. And that's why half the pubs aren't opening. Because they just don't know what's going to happen, and they're going to wait to see how other people get on, aren't they?
So we're basically the guinea pigs then?
Well, yeah, we are.
4 minutes, Lottie. Right, I've got to do something here.
"15 weeks ago, the Prince Albert and the White Hart thought they might have shut the doors on their locals for the very last time. Finally, it's time to let them back in.
How are you?
Come on in, Derek.
Hi, Colin. Hi, Kirsty. Hello, Andrew. Welcome back.
Parky, how you doing?
It's Leiden. I'll show you where you're going.
In the first week of being allowed to open, over 18,000 pubs relaunched their businesses.
It's awesome and proper out of practice. So I'm glad there's not too many waiting at the moment.
It's less than half the UK total, but it's a welcome start.
Are you taking a picture?
I was here at 11:30, second in the queue, because they let the oldest resident get his pint first, which is fair enough. So, yeah, I was happy with the second pint.
We want these pubs to survive because this is community, and community is about caring for people, and this pub is community.
Okay, and then you've got another couple with a baby coming, so you might know each other, but you can't talk to each other, but you can wave through the screen. It's lovely to have people back in a pub. It's lovely to hear the hubbub.
It's all a bit of a learning curve with the payment and the tables and all of that stuff. But it's a little bit busier than I thought. I suppose people are gagging to get back in.
I think that they've done a really good job of distancing. The only concern I have, and I'm a small business owner myself, is I've been in here when you've just been shoulder to shoulder, and I hope that they're going to be able to find ways to make enough money to carry on doing what they do.
Hello, how are you? Wonderful.
Lana's Golden Anchor is also open for business.
Having a pint poured by someone else?
Yeah, it's the first pub we've been back to since lockdown, and it looks brilliant. Yeah, the new refurb looks great.
I'm happy. I'm happy to see the customers, and I go and speak to them and talk with them and sit with them and complete the form that, you know, that they'd have to complete to just like be here. And it's like, I'm talking to people. I wasn't doing that. I hadn't done that for like 20 odd years. And when people come in, when customers come in and say, oh, how nice it is, and the old customers have a peep, and it's just beautiful.
11 days later, and Scottish pubs are also allowed to reopen. Volunteers, shareholders and visitors to the Black Bull are finally able to socialise in a pub that only a year ago looked likely to close forever.
Restaurant is good, bar is amazing. Everyone's coming together. People are happy, they're chatting, they're getting back in the swing of things.
After all we've been through, I feel excited that we've got to where we are. I just think we've been extremely lucky with the people we've got in the village, also the people who support coming to eat, coming for a drink. I think it's just been excellent for the village, and I hope it carries on that way.
A month since we were allowed to reopen, and I'm heading to Lana's Golden Anchor for what's traditionally one of her busiest days.
Hello. Hey, Steve, I'm good.
Jamaican Independence Day. This is the pub I thought would be the least likely to make it through lockdown.
For me, I thought it might be 50-50. I thought, I don't know that Lana will do it. And I'm so happy, and I'm so proud of you that you've gone, I'll take this time, I'll make myself right, and I'll make my pub right. You're happy with the end results? You're happy with the way that the pub looks?
More than happy. I can't express how pleased I am.
Have you fallen back in love with the building?
I've fallen in love with the building, life, energy, focus. I'm happy. It's fantastic. You're laughing. I am. I'm delighted to be here. I can do it. I couldn't have said that a few months ago. Yeah, I can.
Last year, I was worried that 1 in 4 pubs were on the line, only to be shocked when, for a while, we lost all of them.
There's a lot of cheese. There's no counter service, so it's easy to just keep people away from it.
But the coronavirus has acted as a wake-up call for our industry, inspiring landlords, galvanising government, and rallying the public into supporting our precious and treasured pubs. Jamaican Independence Day went on to be Lana's busiest day of the year so far.
I'm very optimistic for the future, and there are those fears that, you know, that there could be a second surge. But if there was, I think I would find something else to use the space for quickly, whereas before I was happy to leave it closed and not deal with it.
After a bumpy start, regulars at the White Hart are being joined by new faces. Takings have been boosted by the August Eat Out to Help Out scheme. And now, shooting up TripAdvisor, it's one step closer to becoming a destination pub.
The next 6 months, I think it's going to be really unknown. But I know COVID's awful and lockdown was awful, but we are a bigger and better, stronger business for it.
At the Prince Albert, Miles and Lottie sold close to 1,000 pizzas in August, and concessions on their beer tie are now enshrined in an improved tenancy agreement.
Done. Brilliant. Yes. Yes. It's great to open up those lines of conversation, and I would encourage other landlords and landladies to do so. And yeah, we've got to move forward for the future. We've got to diversify, and we've got to change, and everyone's got to change the way things are.
Enjoying a record number of staycationers, the Black Bull has also seen a surge in sales. Bookings are coming in for the new bedrooms, and I'm pleased to hear that 5 paid staff have joined the team.
So the recipe of some public funding coming in, matched by the local community putting money in, I think is a no-brainer. The community's got to put the effort in as well, but it does need that bit of seed funding from central government, which they get back, big style.
For now, these pubs are bouncing back, but we're not out of the woods yet by any means. The pub behind me is busy, it's got a lovely atmosphere, there's a great energy about it. But there's many pubs that are still closed, and there's loads more that will never open again. And if infection rates go back up, then these pubs and thousands more like them are in for a long, hard winter. We have a duty to protect the public's health and a fight on our hands to save our businesses. It's a moral and economic minefield, but whatever the future holds, I hope the public continues to support us. When you feel safe, please get out there and help save our pubs.